Oh, that's a good look for me, isn't it? Hello, hello, hello. Let's get comfy. Let me check. My situation here. Sorry, I'm looking at things. How are you guys doing? This is what happens when I try to do something new or different. I'm not used to it, so I have to fix it. Or at least try to. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. And I'm sort of not really getting this. I want to be able to see my tablet back there so I can see what you guys are actually saying. And not, oh wait a minute, let me do that. Hang on. Hang on, I think I got it. This is what happens when I don't move my holder here very often. We'll get it eventually. I just didn't want it to be all up in my business, you know. Okay, there we go. Let's just back up a little bit. How's everybody doing? I'm going to be looking past you guys because I'm trying to look at my tablets. Sorry. I saw somebody join in and I about had a heart attack. So, how is everybody? I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. So, we're doing Q&A today. I get tons and tons and tons of questions. Don't mind me, I'm kind of multitasking. About how I do certain things, how do I do this, how do I do that. One of the biggest ones is the eyelets. How do you get a perfect eyelet? And a lot of you guys know, if you are join my lives a lot, that I usually try to explain that while I'm, you know, making books or doing whatever, and making sure that, I know I'm super squirrel moment right now because I'm trying to clean off my desk. It's been crazy week. I'm trying to work on digitals. I have about 50 digital templates done, and I can't add them to Etsy until I've made the video to show how to put them together. And since I'm always busy, it's so hard for me to sit here and find time to actually do that. Oh, I'll have to find that later. So that's why I was sitting here revamping the gear one that I've done plenty of times. I wanted to make it easier to cut out and everything, and so plus I have Stamperia asking me for digitals and stuff like that, so I'm doing the best I can. That is a big question I always get. Okay, you want me to run you through a typical day? Because I can do that. I'll tell you what I do each and every single day. In the summertime, I'm actually more busy than during school time because I do homeschool 3 out of my 4 children. My oldest daughter, I don't homeschool anymore because she is in college. She graduated high school when she was 16. She's starting her 3rd semester of college this fall. And so I don't homeschool her anymore. And Ruby has started doing preschool stuff. So I have one going into 11th grade, one going into 7th grade, and then I have the preschooler. So, how I manage my time. I'll take you through, the only way I can explain it is by taking you through a typical day. And I get up at 7:30. I always go to bed the next day. I've not been to bed before midnight in probably 10 years. I'm just a night owl. So, I get up about 7:30 each morning, take care of Ruby, drink my coffee, do all the typical mom stuff. And then when she goes, now if I stayed downstairs and I'm with her, I will usually work on digital type stuff or stuff for my Etsy shop. Hey. And because that's either on my tablet or my phone, so that's one way that I get stuff done. And kind of 2 birds, 1 stone, watching Ruby, doing all that stuff. Then when she goes and takes a nap, I come up here, I will pack some Etsy orders, and I will start making content, or I'm working on projects for Stamperia, or something along those lines. Hubby's love handles, stuff like that. Now, the designs for the Hubby's love handles don't take me long at all. I see it in my head. I'm very visual when it comes to stuff. And so this one right here that I just designed took me about 30 minutes to make this. So, and then my husband, and yes, I like sticking my pinky in it. And then I send it over to my husband. He makes sure it's print ready, and then it prints. So that's just, I'm pretty quick with stuff like that. And then usually mentally I'm thinking really far ahead, or I've been thinking about what projects I want coming up. I have about 50 books in my head right now that I have created over and over and over again. So when I actually do go to create the books, such as this one right here, I've got it mentally already done, and it's just executing it and putting it together. For those who now, my husband, he sucks at time management, sucks, and it's really frustrating because I'm like, have you not done this yet? No, I haven't had time. And I'm like, well, I have like checklists in my head, and that's how I usually get a lot done. If I don't have any children here, or my husband has like gone to see like his parents and stuff, then, and I'm here all day by myself, you would not believe what I can get done. I can get so much done. Oh, thank you guys. But I also work very quickly. It doesn't take me that long anymore to make a lot of things, a lot of the inserts and stuff, because I made them for so long, so many times, that I can just whip them out really good. So that is, I recommend, and I actually had some people ask me this, like, how do you do it? And I'm not talking about I'm talking about big creators who are like, I don't see how you can do it. And I was like, well, let me tell you what I do. Oh, and not to mention, I work out 1.5 to 2 hours a day also. This is why I never go to bed till super late, because I'm wired by the evening time. So, and 1.5 to 2 hours a day is nothing compared to what I used to work out before I had Ruby. I would work out 3 to 4 hours a day, 6 days a week, but I also wasn't doing doing this. I had another business before she was born called Three Girls Stole My Heart. So when I get focused and stuff like that, I can get a lot done. I can. But I highly recommend setting goals for yourself. You have short-term goals, long-term goals. Your short-term goal is, what do I want to get done today? And try to accomplish that. Don't give yourself too much to do. Because I could give myself 100 things to do in a day. That doesn't mean I'm going to get it. I know I'm not going to get it done. So don't do that. Just give yourself, I want to get this part of my book done. I want to get one insert done for my book. I want to pack 15 orders. Or I want to do this and I want to do that. And do that. Give yourself realistic goals. And then you have long-term goals. My long-term goal is I want to have 100 digitals in my Etsy shop. So when you start getting them done, start checking them off. I love lists, and I do love planners, and I wish I had more. I have tons of planners up there from previous years. I keep them. That way I can refer back to them and say, how the heck did I do this? And stuff. So that's why I highly recommend lists. I'm at the point now where I have mental checklists and I don't have to write stuff down. And I am not organized at all. This is chaos. This is clean because I do take time out to reorganize and clean up stuff. When I can't walk that way, I'm like, I'm done. This is not hoarders. I got to, clean up. And it's not that I'm messy. I'm clutter messy. I'm not nasty messy. I'm clutter messy. So I have a lot of stuff. And I don't have the luxury of having my own craft room. I craft in my bedroom. That's what this is. This is my bedroom. I have this side of the wall. My husband works over there from home. He has been ever since COVID hit. So he works over there, and that noise you hear in the background where it kind of sounds like fans, there's 2 machines back there working on hubby's love handle stuff. So when I can't walk anymore through my stuff, or I trip over stuff, I get mad and I'm like, that's it, and so I will take like a few hours and I'll just clean and organize. And then I'm giving myself pep talks that says, don't you ever do this again. What is wrong with you? This is insanity. And I always do it again. I mean, that's... I will say, though, and it drives my oldest daughter crazy. My oldest daughter has a room that's kind of like down the hall from us. That's where all the Stamperia stuff is. And she does not like it. And she lets me know on a daily basis. So one Saturday, I went in there, I reorganized everything. Then I got in 5 shipping boxes while she was at work. And I put it all away before she got home. And she never even knew. She didn't even know. And I said, see, I can be clean and organized. It's just when I get busy, that's how it does it. Hang on. Oh, yeah, I do too. I have real bad anxiety. That is part of the reason, though, I started doing, like, crafting stuff, way back in the day. Journaling was actually suggested by my therapist because I was having real bad anxiety and just overwhelmed. I have ADHD and I have Asperger's, and I get overstimulated and overwhelmed really easy. And so she suggested to me to start doing like the journal spreads. And I started doing that in 2019. And it started helping. And then I kind of took a break because I had a newborn in 2020. And then I kind of started doing the journal spreads, and then it kind of evolved into books, and then I wanted to bring the other crafts that I knew how to do into those, because I've been crafting for a very, very, very long time. And it actually, and I will say that ever since I started here on TikTok over a year ago, I will say one of the things that I was never able to do was to hug my children, because it feels like red hot pokers on my skin because of the Asperger's and stuff like that. And when they would come and give me a hug and everything, it broke my heart, because I couldn't, it physically was painful. And ever since I started here on TikTok and doing this stuff, I hug my children. The ones who will hug me. I hug Ruby every single day. I'm like always holding her, always hugging her. And so it's a lot cheaper. It's not cheaper than therapy. I will say that. It is definitely not cheaper than therapy, because you got to have these supplies and stuff like that. So, you know, and I was very alone too. I am not very social with people, because I always feel socially inept, and I don't know how to socialize, like, especially if I'm talking to somebody in front of me. I don't look them in the eyes. It's really hard, and so I always, like, it's like I just, like, kick myself, and I'm like, what? Why are you so weird? So, you know, that is always the hardest for me. But the way that I manage my time is I give myself goals, and I say, this is what I'm going to do today. And my husband, who is very understanding, because I am not easy to live with, you know. I mean, he says good morning to me, and I'm like, you need to calm down, because that's too much, you know. So yeah, I feel like, you know, being here. I just smelled something really good. I think my husband's actually downstairs cooking something, but it smells good. And he helps out a lot. So if I don't have time to do a digital, and I have, like, Stamperia asking me to do stuff, and then I have people who are like, oh, will you please do this, will you please do that, because I get tons of messages every single day, and I would love to split myself into 8 different ways and go to town, but I can't. And he will help out too. So like, for instance, the spine templates in my Etsy shop, he made those. I did not. I approved them, because I'm like, okay, you can't put this on here, you know, and stuff like that. So yeah, he made those for me, and it doesn't take him as long as it would me to do that. So, well, sure, you need to move here, you know. You don't want to be over there. You need to move here. You know, we have everything. We have Crumble Cookie, and we have Hobby Lobby, and we have Joann's and Michael's, and my Etsy shop in my house, you know. Stuff. We'll set up a brick and mortar craft store here in Tennessee, you know. And I guarantee you will gain like 20 pounds like I did when I first moved to Tennessee, because these people are crazy when it comes to eating here. My goodness. Yes, I do homeschool. Right now we're on summer break, but I'm always busier in the summertime than I am in the school year. So yeah, I do homeschool. I've homeschooled now for, I have to think about it, hold on, 16 years I have homeschooled. So yeah, I have one graduated from high school last year. I have one that will graduate from high school next year. I don't know about the middle one. My 12-year-old has a learning disability, and so she struggles quite a bit with school. And I feel her pain because I struggled also. So yeah, she struggles quite a bit. And that's probably, that's another thing that probably helped me stay organized with tasks, is because I do homeschool and I know how to keep my kids on a schedule. So that also, that helps as well. If you're wondering why I'm looking this way, it's because I'm reading the comments. So I'm not being weird or anything, or looking down. I'm just looking this way, trying to read your guys' comments. So I wanted to do this live because I get tons of questions all day, every day. The organization, the one thing I do recommend is, if you are by a Dollar General, invest in some boxes, because that also helps. And I like to label everything because I'm a little bit I'm OCD with a lot of things, but only when it's convenient for me, if that makes sense. I'm not as bad as I used to be, probably because of all this. So I would recommend boxes for sure. If you have trouble organizing your journaling supplies, I recommend doing it by theme. Theme is better. Theme, it could be colors, stuff like that, all kinds of stuff. You know, I have my washi tapes organized by colors, and some by theme, but that is the best way, I know. And everything, storage solutions are more affordable. It seems like they're more affordable today than they used to be. I guess because like Dollar Tree and Dollar General and stuff make so many of them. So that would be one way. And you can get you a real cheap label thing. I'll have to find what I did with it. See, I have no idea where it is right now. I have the faux memo label maker. It's a like little pink thing, and it was $30. I got it on sale for like $21 when it was on sale. And this is what I label a lot of my things with right here. Let me see if I'm in the camera. Right there, these little labels. You just have to have an app, and then you can print those. Sorry, I'm out. Let me see which way I gotta go. I think I gotta go this way. And then you can label all your stuff, and that really, really helps. No, I cannot buy a bigger house. This is the bigger house. That's the problem. I can renovate this house. I have a few areas in this house that I have talked about with my husband. He said, okay, so a lot of the stuff that is in one of our dining rooms is homeschool material. And I told him, I said, I'm going to take all this stuff out, and I'm going to put all of my Stamperia supplies in there, because it's from floor to ceiling shelves. And I would have to redo it just a little bit, but we don't sit in that dining room. The girls sit in there to do school, and then we sit in there when there's other people over for dinner or on holidays, but it's not like it's cluttered. You can sit in there and eat and do whatever. So, oh, like they actually steal. Oh, okay. I can tell you exactly. Okay, I read your upper question. You can't steal my digitals because my digitals are protected. My husband has a security program through his job. I'm going to say what his job is because I don't want him to get in trouble. And what he does is he protects the files for me, and you cannot do anything to them. I've tried. I was like, okay, let me test it out. Now, that's one thing. I like to do all of my own digitals. I actually draw them out with my own computer program thing I have in here. But yes, my files are all protected. And what I do is when I'm finished with them, I say, hey, I'm done with them. So I send them to his work email. And oh my God, I'm going to get him in so much trouble. and then he'll protect it and do password protection and everything like that on there. And then he sends them back to me and he'll be like, they're protected. So they cannot alter them. They cannot do anything but print them out. That's it. And yes, I know a lot of people do that all the time on here. Don't even get me started on people stealing other people's ideas, because I had to deal with somebody the last few months is stealing ideas with my hubby's love handles and stuff like that, and other creators sitting there telling that person, hey, you need to make this, hey, you need to make that. And I'm like, why would you sit there and tell another person to sit there and make my stuff? That's a beyond two-faced as far as I'm concerned. And then I just, don't even get me started on that. It makes me mad. So, but I know that this person who's trying so hard to copy all of our ideas and stuff like that, he is never going to be able to keep up with my brain. I already have 15 attachments for our hubby's love handles already sent, patent and everything, and about 87 handle designs already done. So, yeah. Yes, they are. And we have mutual followers, and I blocked them on all my social media accounts so they can't see any of my stuff, but other followers just sit there and tell them and stuff like that. So, which in my opinion is such a jerk thing to do. I personally, if I was a customer, I would never support somebody who I know adamantly was stealing another creator's ideas and doing it. There ain't no way on this earth I would. And I haven't. I adamantly told them, nope, I'm not. I have told people, no, I'm sorry, I don't support you because I know that you got your stuff from somebody else. I know. Yeah, they do. Bunch of they're tool bags. That's what I call them. So I just choose to keep moving forward, and I let my husband handle it. So, and just let him deal with all that. Because if I deal with it, they ain't gonna like it. He's the nicer one. Let me just put it that way. I'm very blunt, and I'll go off. I don't care. Because I've worked like handles and stuff like that I've done since 2016, 2017. And I used to do handles out of wood, out of resin, out of clay, stuff like that. I sold them on my other 3 Girls Stole My Heart site before I had Rubik's. And then we started, my husband got a 3D printer for Christmas in 2019, and I said, hey, I got a good idea that you can do with that. And, he started making stuff there. I actually still have somewhere around here the first little dauber thing that he made, because he made it for himself, because he can't get his fingers in these things, and I needed his help distressing stuff, so he made himself the dauber handle that you seen it like this, the other side of this. He made him one of these so he could use it and help me distress stuff, and that's how we came up with finger dauber holder. So he came up with that one. I came up with all the rest of them. So don't give him credit for any of that. He just makes it. I give him the idea and he makes it. I actually have a new handle I'm making at the moment, and I figured out how to do it the other day, and I was like, But so that's one reason why I try not to show any of my stuff really anymore, because I don't need anybody going and telling other people, hey, go and make this, hey, go and make that. So when they are done, that's when I'll show it. Like right now for the steampunk handle I just did, I finished the holder and it's about halfway done printing out now. So I'm going to, when it's done, then I'll show that. So that's what we're working on. So time management, I hope that answers your question. Is lists are good. Don't give yourself unrealistic goals, because that you might as well, that's just like with anything you do, weight loss, anything. So if you give yourself unrealistic goals, you'll never ever accomplish anything, and then you'll get down on yourself and feel like a failure because you didn't get what you needed to get done. So the other I always get is eyelets and grommets. Getting them to where they doesn't look like somebody stepped on them. Hey, that is a bit of a trick in itself, because the grommets, even if you buy them from the same company, they will never ever be consistent, and it's not anybody's fault but the company who makes them. You don't have to have, you don't spend a lot of money on grommets. Do not, because there's no reason for it. I use the ones off of Amazon, mostly. I started selling grommets in my Etsy shop by, We Are Memory Keepers, because I'm a distributor for American Crafts. And they work really good, but I do not recommend. They have their own little directions on here on what the best setting is supposed to be and stuff like that, and I don't recommend that, because I could tell by the size of them and the way that they look that setting is not going to work right, and it doesn't. And it even says here, without a washer on here, if you look on it, it will look like that, which is actually a lot better than what I've seen them actually do. The other ones will be all flattened out like that and then be squished. And they say that's how it's supposed to look with the washer. If you use the settings that they say on there, they usually say that the bottom of your handheld crocodile. Now, I don't know about other setters, because I've only ever used one of these or the Big Bite that's down there. They usually say that if you put it on 1 on the bottom, number 1 cube, and then you put it on A on the top here, that will work. But I figured out that when you are doing grommets, there is a little trick to them, and the trick is if you have 5mm grommets, and they are like the normal size looking ones. Let me show you what they look like. I'll show you the difference here. Hang on, let me get the, I prefer 4mm grommets myself, because I think they come out easier. And I'm gonna face you guys down this way. There we go. Oh, back to normal. Okay, so grommets here, don't worry about 3/16 and 1/8 size. I don't even know or understand why they do that. That is mostly for which hole opening you need to use. So right here, If you see, that's 3/16. That is 3/16 size hole. This is 1/8 size hole. What you have here is irrelevant. Millimeters are what count. And this right here is a 5mm grommet. Compared to this one right here, you look at them side by side. Let me see if I can get them. Just do this. You look at them here side by side. The silver one is 5mm. The bronze one is 4mm. That's what makes the difference in what the setting is. I spent hours sitting here fiddling with them and the blocks to see what the good honey spot is. Also, you need to make sure that your cubes here, these are replaceable, by the way. A lot of people don't know that. You just do this, and these come out. When they get all gnarled up a lot, you got to replace them. And, sorry, I'm shaking the whole thing. And on here, this is the top one. This usually is never changed. It's always on, it has a little letter A here in the corner. You usually always keep it on A. These over here, the A, B, or the B, C, D, are for different shaped grommets altogether. So that is something that a lot of people do not know, but that's how you tell. So the first one up here, you're going to always leave it on A. And then when you put them in, wait a minute, I think I got it on the wrong side. It has your arrow that points, and then this is the base. So the base is for the bottom one. And then, let me move this back. There it is. Put this in here like this. It's got these little nubby things that stick out. Make sure it's straight when you go to put it in, because if it's not, it will not go in correctly. Let me turn it this way. I'm going to say this and then I won't be able to get back in. I usually take these out all the time. I've had to replace them quite, oh, there it is. So it's got the little dots on this side, and that's where that goes. And then you just stick them back in there, and then close that, and now you're all set to go. If you need to change them around, that's how you do it, like this. But you never really want to change that one unless you have weird size grommets. They're not normal shaped. Then this one, where's the little dots? A is the big silver, or one, sorry, not A. One is the big silver one. That's the most common one that is used with big ones. 5mm or up. And, oh yeah, the big bite it has its own issues. Number 2 here is one that I usually use with 4mm grommets. It's the one that looks bronzy. Number 3, I don't use hardly at all, but I have figured out that number 3 works with the We Are Memory Keepers colored ones. Let me find what I did with those. The colored grommets, I just had those. Where did I put them? They actually work pretty good with that. I messed around with them the other night. Oh, here they are. These right here. And I figured out that number 3 works really good. And I did put that on the description with the listing when they're on there. And I do have more of these on the way in my Etsy shop. And they come out perfectly rounded. Let me put this back in and I'll show you. And this one right here is also for a different style of grommet. It's a flat looking one with a little itty bitty hole on the bottom. And that's what that one's used for. So if you use just the standard grommets for journaling or journal spreads or anything like that, you're only going to really worry about the this one staying at A, and then the bottom one being either 1, 2, or 3, or 1 or 2. Not really 3. You don't want to use 3 unless you have to with these. The fourth one is the one I was thinking of. Let me find a piece of paper. Here's a scrap piece of paper. And like I said, you can use the 3/16 size. Here is the 1/8 size. When I make my books, I always punch the 3/16 hole and put those in there because that's the standard one that I use. I use the 1/8 to punch the hole through again after I've covered it over. So these do not have washers with them. Let me flip this over. And this is, let me make sure everything is set right. And when you are closing it, it should not be super difficult to close. Here is what they look like. These ones are kind of short compared to like the ones that I use with the books, but this is kind of like what it should look like in the inside all the time. It should curl over and be rounded. There are ones that are longer. They're crazy expensive, and I use ones that are like this size. They're the standard size, and I've used them in all of my books. I have a book here where I actually use silver ones in. I've used them in all of the books. Woo! Hang on, I got inserts falling out everywhere. Right here. And this is chipboard and a few layers of paper, and they go through just fine. They're not necessary, but they are super expensive. I mean, if you're going to sit there and have at least 2 chipboard layers thick of whatever you're doing, then you probably would need it. But I have never made anything too thick for any of the grommets to actually go through. But yeah, that's they go through chipboard just fine. And I just use the standard size for those. Like I said, if you compare them to like these, they're just a hair shorter, but I've used both of them when making, here, let me put it this way, when making books, and I haven't had any problem with them. Also, when you punch them through, you should be able to go like this and go like that. If you're like struggling, something's wrong, either with your crocodile or something's not lined up right. Are they these? Oh, hold on. These star ones. Alright. Let me see if I can remember what the setting is for the funky ones like that. I personally do not like shaped ones because they are so difficult to get right, and I feel like I'm always wasting them. But if I can remember, because I had these in the Cosmos journal, and I want to say you just gotta hit them on that side. They curl over a little bit with the, what is that, number 1. Here, let me try it on this one. Number 3 may work on that. Because of the odd shape of the top of them, they're finicky. And I hate wasting the fancy eyelet ones because, yes, the struggle is so real. It's just the most of the time it's the inconsistency of the actual setters. So yeah, definitely see the difference. So this, because of the thickness that they have with these and probably the shape of this, if you use a different setting than the is it A on the bottom? I can't ever remember. 1 on the bottom. Because of the 1 on the bottom seems to work the best. I think that's what I used when I was messing with these before with the Cosmos journal. I'll try it on number 2 and see. I don't usually use these very often. I've only used them a few times. So I'll experiment for you. Yeah, I could tell that one's not going to work either. Yeah, A is going to be your best bet with those. But again, they're finicky. They're not, it's almost like they're not even made to do that. Now the Big Bite, let me see what it does on the Big Bite. I usually do not set eyelets on the Big Bite because, unless I'm doing a book. And this is one of the new ones that was replaced. It replaced my old one. So, and I haven't had any issues with that. It seems to be pretty good. And I am rough on stuff like that, on this. And see, it curls the same exact way on the A setting on both of them. So my guess would be that's probably as good as it's going to get because of the type of eyelet it is. If you do use these, what I would recommend doing is, if you use them like on book pages or anything, put a piece of paper over it. And if you want to put something through there, like if you put a piece of paper over it like this, let's say you glued this together and you put a piece of paper over it, take the 1/8 setting here and then just poke a hole like this right through it, and then at least you have your hole there, and then that is covered up. So you can glue that down, poke the hole through there, and then it's covered up. That's one workaround that I've done a lot of times. Oh, the crocodile, I can show you that. Hold on, I got chipboard right here. Now, it also depends on what the thickness is of the chipboard. The type of chipboard that I use is 0.057, which ultimately is called the 55-point chipboard. But if you type in 55-point chipboard, you will never find it. So it's 0.057. It's good and thick. My glue runners do not stick to it. The other ones that I found too thin, when I go like this and I do this, it pulls them right, it pulls this layer off. And if I do 50-point or lower. So I found that this right here is a good thickness for me, and this is what I use for all of my journal bugs. Because when I coat it with fabric or Stamperia paper or anything like that, it's got a good thickness to it, and it's good and stiff, the way I like it. So when I put I make the hole here, and then now if I'm using these standard size eyelets that are 5 millimeters, and the hole is the millimeter size, the length is a different size. Let me find the paintbrush. I use a paintbrush because they usually have that hourglass shape, and I'll stick the paintbrush through the hole like this just to widen it a little bit, and then they go in automatically. And of course, you got to put your washer on. And I just used the #1 size on the bottom. And then just stick it in there. And it comes out perfectly like that every single time. And this will come out like this even with paper on it and stuff. So I got these off of Amazon. Do you like that, Dawn? I got these off of Amazon and they work great. These silver ones. They also have a different washer than what I've used with previous grommets. They kind of got like a double lip thing going on here. The ones I usually use are these like little cheap ones that just look like a band, but these are like good aluminum ones, and they work very, very, very well. And I think this whatever this brand is, I think they have them in every color size too. Gold, let me see. Yeah, because the gold ones I had were those same cheap little, with the washers, the cheap washers. Here, let me see if you can see those. These are always very finicky. It depends on what day of the week it is, if they're going to work or not. I really don't know. I never have problems with these silver ones, ever. So anytime I get to use the silver ones, I am happy. But that's what it usually does. Now I can do it with this. I have not done a chipboard one with this yet, so this will be fun. Let's see how this works. I'm hoping it does work. Here, I'll just do, I'm knocking everything down now. And this one I don't have to lengthen or, widen the hole, because it's got a good amount that it can go through. So if it's sticking out that much, it has the potential to sit there and curl over the way it's supposed to. And I'm going to switch the bottom to #3 because that one seems to work the best with those. And I haven't done this on the big bite yet, so let's see how it does. OMG, look at that. That's the honey spot right there. For the, whoop. Let's see if I could get it to focus. Focus! Hold on. Let me back it up. Because it came out perfectly. Alright, come on now. Let me do this. Oh. I think we got it. That is exactly how it's supposed to look. So those little ones right here can go through chipboard just fine. So, and it's all sometimes in the settings. And this one was #3. Did I say number? Yeah, #3 on the bottom. Don't do anything to the top. And see, the front is like not mangled up at all. Perfectly fine. So, and these are the We Are Memory Keeper ones. And everything. Sometimes, I do know if you get a used crocodile, whether it's a handheld or a big bite, you might as well get the little cubes on here, get a brand new set of cubes and replace them. That way, boom, everything is replaced on there. Also, if your crocodile, craps out like mine did, contact American Crafts. They will replace it for free. Yeah. #3 on the bottom is that gold one. Hang on. I got stuff here. Is that gold one. And I never ever change the top. It's the one that looks like a nipple. Like that. The ones D is for a different kind of eyelet. That's a flat one. And B is also for a different kind of eyelet. That's a flat one. The other one here is for you know what? I have the itty bitty 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 ones. What did I do with those? I have these little rinky-dink tiny ones that even the 1/8 hole size cannot fit into. I don't know why I get stuff like that, but I thought it was cute and a good idea at the time. I'll have to find them and see what I did with them. I probably shoved them down in a black hole somewhere so I didn't have to look at them ever again because they were such a pain. But that's what that itty bitty little thing is for. But I never changed the top. The bottom's what matters when you're just using basic eyelets and stuff. So, like I said, if it comes out like that, you did your job good. And if it comes out like that, you did it good too. The washer really helps just to keep them in there. So, I hope that clears up a lot of stuff. I'm just glad it worked while I was on live. Because I haven't used these yet. So, I didn't even know if it would. So, the We Are Memory Keeper ones like this, the color ones, you can have pretty colors like this and put them in your books. Oh, well, good. I did have some of these in my shop, the We Are Memory Keeper ones, but everybody bought them up. All the pretty ones, so I was like, okay. And so I'll be getting more in probably next week of those. And I sell them for a lot cheaper than Joann's and stuff. I about died when I saw how much they were at Joann's. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? Such a rip-off. And same with the glue bottles. These Sweet Sugar Bell glue bottles. I think the last time I saw these on Amazon, the 2-pack was like $12 or $14. And I have them in my Etsy shop for $9.50. So... oh yeah, little itty bitty ones. The little itty bitty ones I would do on number 3, 2, or even number 4. No, not 4. Yeah, 4. That's usually where they work the best. That's a big question that I've always had is how do you know which eyelets to use? I sat here for like a few hours and yeah, the last time when I went to go get a replacement bottle for mine because I punctured it with my X-Acto knife, they were like $14 and I was like, nope. And so I ordered some from American Crafts to sell in my Etsy shop. So that's why I make them $9.50 instead because they go up and down in price. The less there are on Amazon, the higher up they jack the price apparently. That's a good idea to do. Always do a practice one before you put it in any kind of book or anything like that because you don't want to mess up whatever you're working on. Ugh, that would suck. And then, because then you got to start all over again and nobody wants to do that. Or you'll be staring at it and being like, ugh, I gotta fix it. That's usually what I do, is I'm like, I've got to fix it. It's just, it's not gonna happen. So, let me get this out of the way, or my hand's gonna stick to it. So, that was the other question I got. Another question was something about book measurements. I think I always do the same size with my books. This way. The spine is usually what changes the most for me, depending on what I'm wanting to do. Are you talking about my handles here on the desk? Those. I make them and sell them in my Etsy shop. Right now, I think we have mermaid tails in magenta. And yes, I have a lot more. I just haven't gotten to posting them yet. Because I like to test all the attachments and stuff out to make sure everything is working properly. So, these right here are my prototypes. I don't know why they're on my desk, actually. I designed these myself, and I am working on a mega bundle for these right here because I have a matching holder that's a steampunk theme that I'm going to have. Yeah. Okay, when you're talking about measurements, are you talking about trying to figure out what measurements you used, or trying to figure out what measurements to go forward? I guess. But yeah, I'm working. My husband, oh, also, not to get off subject, but my husband's going out of town for work next week. So I'm making him work until he goes out of town. So I can release a mega bundle before he leaves. And I'm still trying to figure out. I have one handle that I'm still working out the kinks in. And I'm hoping to have that settled this week. Oh yeah, the vintage library, or the library book. Hang on, let me go get some of my books so I can show you guys the comparison. Because I have a ton of books. I have 11 books sitting over here right now. All different shapes, all different sizes. And I've got to finish these. So let me get some standard books. And then I'll get the weird books, or the not so standard books. So that way you guys can see what I'm talking about. As far as height goes, on all of my books, hang on, I'm about to knock one down. They are all the same height. The only difference that I make with them is the spine width. I like simple, yet you can do a lot with them. And the reason why the most important reason why this is a standard size for me, oh my gosh, it's all up in that business, isn't it? Is because I do not like to cut paper. I hate cutting paper. And I like to use 11.5 by 8 sheets of paper, and all I have to do is fold it, and they fit perfectly in this size book. That's why I use this size. So I can make a ton of books if I want to, and it works. And the only thing that I've ever changed in these books is the spine size of the books, but the height stays exactly the same. They're all 8.5 height of these books. So and everything. Let me fix this. Hold on. There we go. I know. And these aren't even all the books that I have. There's still more over there. And of course the French patisserie book that I just did and everything like that. Where do you find the chipboard that is the size of that paper? I cut it. My chipboard that I use is 11.5 by 8, and I cut it down to, my books are made in 3 parts. Let me show this one, because this one, this, and this. So the cover is 3 parts. I do my covers differently because it works better and it lays flat. I do not do it all in one thing because, one, the paper bunches up. Oh, I have this one upside down. And I feel like when you open it, it lays perfectly flat. And I've experimented a lot with this in the past year, and that's why I make my books the way that I do. My covers are always 8 by 6? Is it 8.5 or 8 by 6? I can't even remember now. Hold on. Because I never ever have to cut them the length way, because this is what my sheets of chipboard look like. See? So all I do is measure 6 inches, cut it, and then that's the cover and the back cover. And then the spine will be either, I've done spines 1 inch, 2 inch, 2.5 inches, 3 inch, 3.5, 4, and 5 inches. How do I store my books? They're over here on another desk in my room. I just moved them off it. They're literally lined up in a row on my desk. Over on the other side. Like this. This is how I just took them off of here. They were all lined up. And I like to look at them this way. That's probably why I'm not finished with these books yet. That's why they haven't been listed in Etsy. And that's, my standard is usually 3 to 4 signatures in each of my books. But I usually line them up. I line them up like this. And they're perfectly lined up. And that's why I like this height. Except for this one, because this is the suitcase book that I did, like, oh my gosh. I did this like 6 months ago now. Oh my gosh. See, I gotta finish. Actually, I am going to be doing something in this book because I have something I have to submit to Stamperia because of the Around the World thing that they just came out with. So, and besides this one, if you take the roof off, it's the same. They're all the same height. So, I have them literally lined up on my desk just like this. Okay, so how many pages do you do in your signature? My standard book, like this one right here, and this one, and this one, don't count these because this is 4 signatures. I do 36 brown sheets. Let me do this one. I do 36 brown sheets. Hang on, let me find the, I have a book over here that I just did. Let me get this one, because this one, oh my gosh, I have too many books. I still have 4, 5, 6, 7 more books over here. Okay, so this one was the music one that I did with Sherry Lou. This one I did on live. It's Sleeping Beauty one. I did this one on live, Magic Force, and then last week I did this one. So, here, this book, for this size, a 3 signature book, I have brown sheets of paper in here. I have 36 of those. And then I printed my digital lines that I have on here, which they are in my Etsy shop. And I use 9 sheets of Stamperia paper for the signatures. And then what I do is I'll have 1 sheet, and then I do the 6 sheets here of brown. Then I'll have another sheet. Wait a minute, this one's 4 too. Never mind. Yep, that one's 4. I forgot about that one. Hold on. Let me get one that's actually 3. I just noticed that. I was like, what? Wait a minute. Something's not right here. Here's one that's 3. I just didn't want to have to untie everything, but that's okay. And let me get this untied. This is the one I call the Box of Roses book. And it's because it has a little window and it looks like a box of roses. So this is like a standard. I have the brown sheets in here. There's 36 and there's 9 Stamperia sheets that go along with it. That's why I use 2 pads of Stamperia paper with that. And so I do that, then I do 6 pages, do another one, 6 pages, and then I have the one that where it's sewn into, and I always make it into a pocket page. And if you look down in there, you can see my embroidery thread, I think, sort of, in there. It's glued down, so they ain't gonna come out. And then what I usually do to keep my signature straight, I have sheets of paper that I put in between here, and it will cover up the hole. You can kind of see it there. It will cover up the hole, and it covers up the little knocker thing that I put on the spine. So that is what I do to keep them from wiggling, moving, and they won't come out. So the only place you see any of the embroidery thread is here on the outside. And I do keep them wide like this. The holes that I use here on the side are all the same in every single one of my books. It's, let me see, 0.75, 2.5, 6, and 7.75, if you read it that way. The only thing that changes is the width this way, depending on the width of the spine. So, no, I don't do auctions at all. I tried that once, and I was just so disappointed with what one of my books sold at that I was like, no, I'm just going to do it the way that I've always done it when I do actually list them and finish them. But the one that I'm going to be finishing here soon, where is that? Actually, this one is probably finished, the vintage library one. But I try to do something different in each one of my books. Like the music one actually has actual music staff to write on in that one. But the Welcome Home book is the one that is the next one I'm working on right here. The one that has the roof on it. Because I have a lot of inserts that I have already done for this book. Like this. I did this on live like months ago. And I put it in a digital in my Etsy shop. And the reason why I used the Welcome Home pad was because I was planning on doing this book. And so that's what's going on in here. And so I have lots of inserts that I have already made for this book. So when I get done with it, then I'll move on to the next one. But if Stamperia keeps coming out with paper pads, I'm never going to get to any of these books because I just like them so much. Okay.
Bye-bye, Mommy.
No, none of these are for sale.
Bye-bye, Mommy.
Where's she going?
She's going there.
Oh, okay. Bye, baby.
I'm going with Dada.
You are?
I'm going to see Uncle Stacy and Ella. I'm going to see my sister back.
You are? Well, that's fantastic.
Bye-bye, Mommy.
Bye-bye. You be a good girl, okay? Love you.
Love you.
Sorry. I have no idea what we were just talking about. She's excited because her sister has been gone for a week and a half and she's coming home. I know. Oh my gosh. So, okay, hold on. Let me go back. What was somebody saying? Somebody was saying, oh, yeah, I don't sell these until I'm ready to sell them. And then when I sell them in my Etsy shop. The next one that I may sell, and I'm not even sure yet, is the vintage library one. I did a lot of mixed media stuff, especially on here to make it look old and stuff like that. And, but I have not figured it up yet of how much or anything, because I made it into file folders in here. And I actually did this for Stamperia and sent it to them because they wanted me to make a project out of this. They sent me these little subliminal messages, and when they sent me a box, you know, of this collection, and in the same box they sent me Ooh La La with it, but I wasn't allowed to show that. They sent me extra sheets of the ones that actually look like books, and I'm like, they want me to make a book out of it. That's their subliminal way of telling me what they want me to do with it, instead of just coming out and saying, hey, can you make a book in it? No, they got to sit there and they kind of hint around to it. So yeah. So that is, and this is the one I think Dawn was talking about, that she asked me about the measurements, because the measurements on this are not straightforward. When you do measurements on books like this, if you want to do something like the suitcase cover or anything like that, you have to account for paper being put on there. Like this is a 4-inch spine. These are not 2 inches a piece, because if you put them at 2 inches a piece, your book is not going to close. It's going to be like this. And this is not, this is 6 inches and this is 6 inches. These can't be 6 inches, because then it's going to stick out like this and you're not going to be able to get it. So this is where my math skills come in, my geometry skills of, you know, having to figure out how this is going to fit in here perfectly without it rubbing in. And usually what you do is, these are 1 7/8 a piece, I believe so, and that way I had room to put the paper in. And these are 5 7/8. So you always want to make, if you're going to do something like this, you got to make it a teeny bit shorter, or it ain't gonna, it's not gonna be symmetrical and fit right and everything. But and the same with the hang on, I'm caught on something. The suitcase one here, I had to make sure that my book was going to actually fit in here in case anything got put in it or anything like that, and it would fit in there correctly. And this is just a normal book in there, and I just put this on there. So yeah, let me move these out of the way real quick so I can, I don't like putting them in my chair, but I don't usually use rice paper on books. I usually use rice paper when journaling, or when I am, where'd those things go? Doing decoupage, because that's what rice paper is for. It's for decoupaging. And that's, I don't like to Mod Podge anything on my books because I don't like the way it looks. The only time I do is when I did use rice paper on this. I don't like to use rice paper because I don't like using decoupage on books. I like it to stay nice like this, you know, the matted feeling. And no, my books don't bubble either from glue because I don't use liquid glue on the covers. But if you can see over here, this is more shiny. Decoupage or Mod Podge gets sticky, and I don't like the sticky feeling. If I have these jars on my desk and leave them there for a while, they stick a little bit. And so I just don't like it. Because if you leave them anywhere, they will stick to stuff. But I have used rice paper a little bit in books, but I mostly do it in journal spreads, and which you can do it in like an insert or something for your books. But again, like this right here is rice paper right here. I didn't put Mod Podge over it. I used rice paper glue by Stamperia for that, and that way it wouldn't be so sticky. And so that's how I use rice paper mostly, is in journal spreads. Right here in the back is rice paper back here and right here and then right over here. And no, that's transfer. And then right up here. That's usually how I use rice paper. What's 8.5? I think that, are you talking about the cover size? Because, yeah, I think it is. I don't know now. Now that, when I get asked these questions, I have no idea. Because when I measure it, I usually only do this and mark it at 6 and then cut it. So let me see. It may be 8. I don't know. No, it's 8.5. Okay. So it's 11 by 8.5. But all of my covers are 8.5 by 6. And the spine is the only thing that changes in width, but the holes vertically for the eyelets never change. Same size. And that's one reason why I made a template for people. The template that I have in my Etsy shop is for the spines, and it's 4 different sizes. So you can, you know, make different width books and everything. But that's the only time I use rice paper, is I used it on here too. I hate to cut the 12 by 12 also. But when I have extra paper, I use those for inserts and fillers and stuff like that. Scrap papers are really good if you have like little movable elements and stuff like that. I guess that's probably why I never see it as a waste, because when I use the scraps, sometimes I need the scraps to build up a foundation for something that moves in my books, since I do a lot of pop-ups and stuff like that, and that really helps, so I don't have to go waste any other paper or anything like that. Of the library? Oh yeah, I can do that. So the library one, I have it organized here into subjects of what the paper was. So this says fantasy, and that's fantasy. So these are all lined pages, and then I have, like, this says chapter 1 on it. And then little flip through. And this was made out of the collectibles for the the vintage library collectibles here. And it's also a pocket. And then I also attached this card in here that I was going to put something on. And then here's some more lined paper. I also distressed the edges here with distressed oxide, which I have to get another container. I cannot believe I put them away and I about flipped out. So this is the fantasy section. This right here is the adventure section. It's kind of like Treasure Island. These are just lined pages. And then this is a flip open. Oh, guys can see it. This, I think it may be, did I make this? Yeah, it's a belly band. I almost was like, I'm not sure, but this is a belly band. I don't know why they call it a belly band. It's just the technical name for it. So that's fantasy and adventure. Over here is, let me flip to the beginning, mystery section here. These are all, and then this is an upper pocket. I usually put bookmarkers up here for the upper pocket. And oh yeah, I make all my books from scratch. That's the other thing. A lot of people ask me if I gut a book and then redo it. No, I don't do that. I like to make them all from scratch. I have, but I don't care for it very much. I mean, I've made books from other books, but I feel like I cheated. I don't know why. but it's just my own personal preference. This one is the music section. So I honestly do not remember what is it all in here. This is another pocket and a fold out. These are more pages. And then I was going to put something here, but I don't remember what it was. See, I get distracted. I never finish anything. You know, but... And, oh, yeah. The signatures are not sewn into the spine. I don't know if you guys didn't notice. That's not where they're sewn in. These are the signature, where the signature's sewn in. I had a question about that, too. You can kind of see where the eyelets are. I tried to cover them up right here as much as possible. But no, the signatures are right in here. They're in this. This is the thing. So what I did was basically this right here by itself is like one of my books. And I made this out of 3 sections of chipboard. And instead of, you know, when I went to connect it, it's all connect. This is like a new book here. This would be the spine, and here are the 2 covers. So I just kind of continued them on, and that's kind of how I always make them. I didn't make this one on live because this was a Stamperia project, but a similar book that I made to this, the same concepts are in the Box of Roses and the, what is this one? Sleeping Beauty with this width, which is what I call the big boy. This is the Alchemy book. And that's the same width I've used. And this one I did make on live. That was really fun. I decided at the last second when I was on live to make this opening so it could open like this. So this is the Alchemy book. And then I also added in this kind of bookmarker on here. I don't know the technical name for stuff. I just kind of winged it. I'm visual and everything. So that's how that is. And yeah, I did that one on live. The only ones I haven't done on live are the library one, this Magic Forest, and the house one. The other ones I will make on live. But I like to change it up because I like to surprise people. You know, I don't like to do the same boring layouts. I have to do something different with them. And I like to challenge myself and do some other kind of element to them that makes it interesting, so to speak. Am I planning on another... Are you talking about a Stamperia live workshop that I'm planning on doing? I have done them with fabric, but no, I do them with Stamperia paper. That's what all of these are. The way that I do it, they last forever. I can't show you the blue Dream one because that one was sent off. That one is gone. It's gone to its new house. Hold on, I got a page all caught up in here. There we go. That was actually a birthday gift for my grandmother who lives in Florida. I make books. I could do the Vanna White thing. I make unique books. Somebody asked about the house journal. Okay, house journal is not my first rodeo here. Whenever I do another Stamperia workshop, I will have a kit put together and it will be available in my Etsy shop. The whole point of the Stamperia workshops is to showcase me as an artist and my Etsy shop. I don't know, she hasn't gotten it yet. It was sent out yesterday. I packed that box full of stuff, so she better like it. I know she will. Okay, you know what the funny thing is about that Blue Dream Journal? Is she is on the Stamperia group page on Facebook, which is where I post a lot of stuff and everything there, and she's liked every single one, and she has no idea that that was her book. I love doing that to her, so as soon as she lets me know, which I'm sure she will. I told her, I said, your package was sent yesterday, and she sent me a gift that said, it's about dang time. So you can tell where I get my sassiness from. I started laughing. I thought it was funny. But this is my house book version 2.0. And the first house book I ever did, which I cannot get down right now. If you want to see it, it's in my favorite books and playlist. It's the Haunted House book. It was a lot of mixed media stuff on the outside and made it look very moldy and stuff. It was a haunted house. So, and it has the lady on the front actually glows in the dark. And then I made, the house had an attic in the inside where I put stuff. Okay, so this is not the first house book I did. I've done a bunch since then. I did a gingerbread house during Christmas time out of the Stamperia Classic Christmas paper, and I'm kicking myself to this day for ever getting rid of that, because that was one of my favorites. It had a little oven, my little oven insert that I made a digital to on the front. I don't like getting rid of my books. But when the welcome home paper of this one came out, I was on live showing the welcome home paper, and I just went for it, and we made a house book. And it was this one right here. And this is the same kind of version of the gingerbread house book that I made, but out of Christmas paper. And oh yeah, I'm sure. See, okay, here's my issue. I have no problem making book kits, but I don't want to cut the chipboard for everybody. And I know that's what everybody's going to want me to do, because everybody has seen me cut chipboard, and making so many kits, having to cut them and measure them. Oh my gosh. I think about that and I cringe a little bit. You know, so yeah, that's probably why I haven't yet. But this book I made on a spontaneous live, and everything. I don't mind doing that because that's easy to do. I'll throw everything in a box of what you have to use. I don't care to do that. And okay, what was I saying? I made this on a live one night, and then I think the next night I embellished it. And the reason why is this, because my house books that I used to do, I always included a little attic here to embellish it with. Now, the Halloween one oh, you know what? I can get it down. This is the pretty version, okay? I made a winter one, which I already sold last year sometime, and it had a reindeer and snow and stuff like that in there. Then the gingerbread house one had a lot of, Christmassy stuff in there also. And so I did this one like it's a little antique-y looking attic, but I wanted to add in another little element, and I came up with this idea when I did the haunted house one. And yeah. And yeah, the winter one, I made that all in one day, and I'm kicking myself for that one too, getting rid of that one. But I said, I'm not getting rid of this one. I gotta keep this one for reference, so I don't have to go back and look in my videos and see how I did it. But I like this because if you like mixed media stuff like I do, this is up my alley of stuff that I like. The haunted house one is one that I just can't get rid of. Let me see if I can get it down. If y'all hear a crash, I'm good. Okay? Just don't freak out. I'm only 4'11", so everything's above my head. Oh my gosh, I got it. I got it. I got it. Okay. This is the house book that started it all right here. Okay? Don't judge me. I'm weird. But all of this is made out of chipboard. And the great thing is you can layer it. And look, it's even got cobwebs on it. And it kind of goes with all that. And so I put a lot of mixed media elements into this. I painted it black. I made it look like that. It's got crackle on it. I don't know if you guys can kind of see that. So, everybody still good? Are we good? Give me a thumbs up if we're good. Sorry, I'm frozen. I don't know what's happening. Oh, okay, we are good. Okay, hang on a second. Let me get out of here. My TikTok froze over here. I don't know why. That way I don't have to look up here to see you guys' comments. But this was the first like house-shaped book that I did. And and again, all this is chipboard. Okay? And of course the little metal and all that stuff. So there we go, we're back. We're good. And I did all of these. She actually glows in the dark. It freaks me out sometimes if I look up there. All of this is chipboard in here. And I mean, I built it up. Wasn't easy to do, but with a little imagination you can do a lot of stuff. So, and then I decided to put the fence closure that keeps the book closed right here, and I glued it all the way around. And then that is what the attic looks like on that one. Okay, this was during Halloween, so that's why it looks the way that it did. And everything. So that is the way that I did this attic. So this was the first house book that I actually did. And then of course all the pages are the brown pages right here. And then I had some embossing stuff right here. And then I put condemned and everything. So this is, like I said, it was one of the first house books I did. And I made it crooked and creepy and all that stuff on purpose. So that's where I got the idea for the house book. And then I made the pretty one Christmas time that kind of was way different than this one. And this one sits up on my shelf way on up there next to the collaboration I did with Gracie. If you guys don't know who Gracie is, Gracie Deaton. I think her thing is called Succus Journal. And so she really I enjoyed doing that. It's another Halloween themed. So that's where I got the idea for the house journal. And I just came up with it. I didn't have, like, I wish I could say I watched a tutorial on how to do it. No, I sat here and I figured out how to do all these. And I honestly, other people's tutorials, I cannot focus enough to watch them. If a video is over 5 minutes long, I'm sorry, I scroll. I scroll to the end of the video just to see what the end result is, because I can't focus that long on anything. So that is, alright, the house journal. I usually only do books out of Stamperia paper because I work for them, and so this is my job, is to make, I'm an artist with them, and I make stuff out of their products, which helps promote not only my business, but theirs as well. I know, I can't. Oh, it's awful. So, the new house book, I know somebody asked the question on there. This new house book is actually a really simple one. First of all, it is the same width as the alchemy one that I did on live, which all of my lives are posted on my YouTube channel. I always post the replays on there because I have a lot of followers who are not on TikTok, so I refer them to YouTube and everything. So, what was a train? Oh, this right here. A train. I could do that. I have so many. I have a lot more books planned, and I have different shaped books. That's another thing that I guess a lot of people can't wrap their head around is books don't have to be rectangles. Okay? If you find a shape that you like or an object, then make it. Because they don't have to be a book shape. Okay? I've made tons of books, and I have tons of books planned in different shapes that I have made. I have this I called the ornament book, and I actually had it hanging from my tree, like that. I have fold out accordion books, like this, so they don't have to be the standard ones. I always recommend if you want to make a book, start small. And then I had the wristwatch book that I made, which a 2.0 version is coming of this. And, but a lot of people, I don't know why, but they, for me, it's hard to not say, hey, you don't have to make a rectangle book. You know, you don't have to make a square book. You don't have to make just a round book. If you see an object or something that you want to make out of it, make it. The other one that I did, where's that other one? I call this one the macaroon book because I think it's shaped like a macaroon. And this was the new collection that came out at the time. I had this sitting on my shelf for like a month. You know how hard it was to not share it with anybody? I ended up sharing it with Sherry though, because I was going to burst if I didn't. So, like I said, you don't have to make books. If you have a vision for a book, do it. Just go for it. Because it will, you may fail, but it's a learning opportunity for you to sit there and try something else. Fix it. Make it to where it works. You know? And it doesn't have to be, like this to me is not really a usable book. It's just a unique book that I made. Would I ever do anything in it? I don't think so. Maybe not. I would just keep it. But I have done some stuff in it. I don't know if it will still work because it's been sitting in this box ever since. But here's a version of the waterfall card that I've done before. That's super easy to do. It's just itty bitty. And I started making books tinier than this. That's how I started. And then they just kind of grew into normal size books. So that's, you just go for it. Don't think, just do it. That's kind of like how I do things. And it's, I get that a lot. Thank you, Lisa. Having an overactive imagination is a gift and a curse at the same time. I don't sleep well. I'm constantly creating and doing things, so that doesn't help. You know, just like, and I mean, like a lot of the stuff when I'm on live with you guys, I'll get an idea and then I'm like, okay, we're going to do this. And that's probably why my lives are always like 3 or 4 hours long, because I end up creating crazy stuff. So, you wanted to know about the roof. So, the book is the standard size, just like the alchemy book. I can't open the welcome home one because I have stuff in there and I don't want nobody to see it. But I'll open one of these up. Here, I opened this one up just a second ago. But yes, I have lots of plans. This is the alchemy book that I made on live. I decided to put 2 different types of paper in here. And these lined pages are in my Etsy shop. Along with the grid pages. Oh my gosh, something's falling over. Hang on a minute. The grid pages like this, and the, wait a minute, did I put line pages here? And then the more grid pages. I also have another one that has a dotted grid line. So this is what the book looks like. I try to save room also, so if you fill it up, it doesn't look like this by the time it's done. So it really just depends on what vision I guess I have for a book at the time. The welcome home book, that's definitely I have a lot of things planned for that one, and a lot of inserts, which a lot of the inserts that I'm doing for that one are already in my Etsy shop. I've already done them on a live before. Like, there was a china cabinet one that I did. There's an armoire that I've done. An oven that I actually did in the recipe journal, which I don't have that one. That one was sold. And so was the art journal. I have a washer and dryer insert for this one, along with a lot of other ones. And so this one is basically just the same concept. You can even see on here the closure. Now on this closure I have 2 here, and the reason why is because when I was on live I decided at the last second that I was going to do it, so I added this to it. So when I did this one, I already knew I was going to add it to it, so I just glued in. This is just chipboard wrapped with the paper, so that's why it looks a little bit different. But other than that, it's the same exact book. Same exact size. I think it's a 4-inch spine, which I do have the spine things for that. Yeah, it's 4 inches. And all of my books are all 8.5 by 6. And, I know. You should see how pretty they look when they're all sitting on my desk. And they're all perfectly, like, leveled and lined up. I like it. That actually makes me super happy. You know. I like symmetrical stuff. And then all I did for the welcome home was, this is the house shape. This is the bottom of the house. And I decided to make a roof on it. Now, it took me a bit because I took pieces of chipboard and I basically sat here with pieces of chipboard and I said, okay, I want it to be this tall, about this tall, about this tall. And then I measured it out. So the frame itself, as you can see, this is a different frame that I put in here. I'll have to measure all these out because I don't think I wrote them down, which wasn't smart on my part. Anytime also you make a box, you need to make sure that you don't make the lengths the same size as these, because you got to be able to glue it to one side or another, if that makes sense. A lot of people don't think about that ahead of time. So the length on one is 6 1/4, so that means that one's probably 6 1/4. Yeah, so this side right here is 6 1/4 and 6 1/4. You have to make the frame first, and this is why. Your frame is going to be like your foundation for that. This side and this side is 4 1/2, and I believe it's just 1 inch. Let me see. Yep, 1 inch width. So you make the frame like that first. Okay, let it dry. And I have these little We Are Memory Keeper corners things for making boxes. Those work really, really well. And while that was drying, I worked on this side. So this right here, this is one piece of chipboard cut out, and I glued it to that. Okay, so the measurement for that is probably a little bit more. Let's see. It's 6.5 measurements, and then it's an inch high this way, and then the peak was, let's see, looks like 2.75, 2 3/4. And so you have an inch, 6.5, and then right here should be 3 3/4 and 3 3/4. So 3 3/4 both sides, 1 inch, 6.5. Good so far? Now, these are 2 pieces here of chipboard that are just wrapped in the paper. They are, let's see, 4 1/4 by 4 3/4. So 4 1/4 by 4 3/4. And then what I did here is there's nothing here on this side extra. It's just covered in paper to cover that up. So what I did was make the frame first, this inner frame. You want to glue on these right here after that's dried onto the actual frame. So that way when it's setting right here like this, it's not going to go anywhere and it will dry. So you have like 2 walls here. Then you can set your roof on there, glue it, set it there, let it dry for like 24 hours. And then I put the little embellishments on afterwards. And the reason why I made it that size is so it could fit on top of the book, even with my lace on each corner here, and it will fit snug on there. So if you set it up on a shelf or anything, it looks like a house. So that is how the measurements and everything. I do sell some of them after I'm done with them. If I'm not done with them, they don't get sold until I am, because I'm so busy and I'm always making new books. Some of the ones that I've done, like this one, I would probably list up there. I just have to do a few more things to it, like put my logo thing on the back, which I usually do while I'm on live, but for some reason I didn't. The Magic Forest book, I have a thing I'm putting on the front of this one, so that one's not done yet. I have to do something to that one. I'm not even sure if I'm going to sell this one because I like that one. And I still have more stuff to do to that one. And this one I did on live last week, and I would probably sell this one. I'm not a huge fan of the Ooh La La collection, but it's nice. It's pretty. I like steampunk and vintage stuff like that. So that's kind of my thing and everything. So I hope that answers your question about the house ones and the size of the journals. Nobody's allowed to see the inside. The inside of the Ooh La La one. This one right here. I'll show you the inside of this one. You can also watch the replays of this one, the Sleeping Beauty, the Box of Roses, and the Alchemy one are all on my YouTube channel under TikTok replays. It's 4 Girls Stole My Heart. Yeah, the library one, I don't think I'm going to get rid of that one. But this is the one that I did last week on Instagram Live. Also, if you guys who follow me can go to my other account, this one right here where it says hi, 4 Girls Stole My Heart, and go follow that one. If I get kicked off of this one, I can go live from that one, but I gotta hit 1,000 followers, and I have no clue how many followers I have on that one. Because I don't post anything on there, it's just so I can see in the live. I may repost some of my other stuff on there. Oh yeah, I love, oh okay. I love steampunk. The first collection I liked of Stamperia was Alice in Wonderland. That was the first one I bought, and I bought that like, I don't even know, 2018? Something like that. So I've been a fan of theirs, and I wish they would quit getting rid of stuff, because I emotionally cannot handle them getting rid of collections. And you guys will not believe some of the collections they are getting rid of. And I have very few in my Etsy shop. And so now I'm like, oh, I gotta go buy them up. I don't have any smaller journals that I'm selling at the moment. I do make smaller journals, and usually when I do sell those, they go within like the first 15 minutes of me posting them. So, let's see if I have them in here. Okay, they have gotten rid of Lady Vagabond and the backgrounds. I know that. I can't even get that anymore. Let me see. Hang on, I got some here. I have some here that I'm hoarding away. Let's see. Not that one, not that one. I don't know why they don't get rid of the ones that nobody, like, that are so common. The price range, I have no idea, because I don't know until it's done. The most expensive book that I've ever sold was over $450, because that one was very extensively involved and had tons of stuff with it. So it just really depends. Little books, I usually, if I made like a little version of these, that could be anywhere from $30 to like $50. I have no idea. I have a program that I calculate all of my time on. Oh, yep, I do have one. Oh, no, I have another one too. Alright, this one is discontinued. You can't get this anymore. This is the background. This one will be also gone here soon, which is the journal one. It looks like that. Hang on. I got some more. I got some more. I got some more. Horses. The horses one is already gone. This one, crap, what was that? This one may be back. I'm not sure yet. I think Sweet Winter, which looked similar to this from last year, is gone. Oh, I know this one. This one's gone. 26 Secrets of India. That one's been gone. This one, that's still up in the air. It's going to be gone. A lot of the romantic collection ones are the ones that are going. This one, maybe. I haven't gotten a yes or a no yet on that one. And then, what was the other one? Hold on. Let me think. The journal one. Something. It was the other one that was in the romantic collection. Now I can't remember what it is. I'll have to look it up and see. Lady Vagabond. Not the Lifestyles one. But the Sea Dreams. Thank you. Sea Dreams is going. The Lady Vagabond Lifestyles, I think is the one that may be gone, or it's the other Lady Vagabond that's gone. The one that I have in my shop that I have a lot of right now, that one's still active. But that's the only one. Also, the cards, there's a lot of card collections and stuff that they, you're talking about Rose Perfume? Oh, I have that one. It's in my shop. That one's not going anywhere. That was just released like at the end of last year. I have that. I actually have the backgrounds to that. And I have the regular paper to that also. There's another one that's going. What was that? What was that? What was that? I know as soon as I see another paper, it will remind me of it. Oh, calligraphy. Calligraphy is going, which I like that one a lot. That was the one. They had Sir Vagabond Japan backgrounds, and they got rid of that a long time ago. I'm trying to see what I have here in my stash of stuff, so that way I know. Maybe Sleeping Beauty. Oh, the library one won't go anywhere. That one, if it was just released this year, they have little things on the sides. Let me see, where are they? The Grand Hotel is no longer. I think the Suites one was one that got rid of. I thought they were going to get rid of this one right here, but they didn't. They just added more to it. And that's the reason they were asking me for some of the inserts that I've done for the Around the World journal that I did a long time ago. This one is also a maybe. I remember that now. But if they say here, some of them say in the corner, like the year they were released, like 2021, 2022, somewhere around there. On there, those usually no. They stick around. If it was released this year, it ain't going nowhere. However, a lot of the stuff that comes out with a collection, especially the molds, the cards, sometimes the stencils, the groups, they have groups of paint that come in a collection. Those are very limited. So the vintage library cards collection, that's discontinued. There are no more of those. If you don't know what I'm talking about, hang on. Oh, I'll show you. Hang on. I got an ephemera box here. And I'll show you, I can show you the ones that happen discontinued already. And they did just come out this year, but they don't make them. The Magic Forest book mold, it looks like a book cover mold. That was gone before, like 2 weeks after the collection came out. I don't know why, but I just was like, where are they? And she's like, my sales lady, she just, oh, I probably give her so much crap. I'm like, why do they gotta keep doing this? Tell them to quit it. Tell them we like it. Why are they getting rid of it? And she's like, I don't know. I'm just here to take your order. That's it. These are gone. This actually may be I think the paper pad is still available. It's that, Horsensia collection. I think that's how you say it. So, the die cuts, you can't get those anymore. The Sleeping Beauty cards. That's what it was. Let me find them. These right here. This card collection is no longer available. And hold your breath because you're going to die when you hear this one. Hold on. This one's no longer available. Provence card collection. is no longer available. What was that other one? Alice in Wonderland cards are no longer available. Only through the Looking Glass is. Not really sure why on that one, because that's one of the best-selling ones, I think. Let's see. These are still available. This is the Sweetie collection. This was... okay. So, the thing I can do, okay, and I have some of these in my Etsy shop. The Princess collection. If you guys know the Princess collection, it looks like very Marie Antoinette collection. That pad was discontinued. However, they have 6 of the 10 sheets, single sheets, that we can still get. So I ordered the single sheets to that because I want to make a book out of that eventually. And I have one of the pads I bought last year that I still haven't opened. And I ordered the single sheets, and what I did was I grouped them together in my Etsy shop, so you can still get the single sheets. The only one out of the Sweetie collection, were 3 sheets, and I think it was one with the cards on it and stuff like that, and I do have those in my Etsy shop. The Grand Hotel, I just got some more of those sheets in. So I can get the single sheets of them, but I can't get the whole entire pad of single sheets, if that makes sense. You guys understand? So that's what I've been doing, is getting those. Let me see. Yeah, the Alice in Wonderland, the cards like this, and the Vintage Library cards, which I do have a pack of them somewhere. I just don't know where right now. I forgot to put them in here, and that is a disaster. Those are not available anymore. And the Vintage Library just came out. So, one thing that I did was I ordered extra cards out of the Sunflower Art collection because I have a feeling the same thing's going to happen again. So if you see any of them, just know that I may not be able to get those back in. This was the Desire. Oh, here it is. Here it is. This right here. This Desire came out, I believe it was at the end of last year. And the Ephemera pack was out, and it was gone a month later. I wasn't allowed to order it anymore. And I really like these. So I'm a hoarder, and I haven't used them. And then, let's see, this is Sweet Winter. This was last year, and I don't think they're making this pad ever again. So, this was the Create Happiness, the Daydream, or Dream, I think it's called. Dream, wait a minute, I have that right here, I just saw that. But I wish they would get rid of crap that we don't like all the stuff that's always around. This one goes with this here, the Dream one. This is still around. They don't have nothing for this anymore. That's it. All they have is paper pad. Now, it's not to say that they won't in the future come out with new stuff to go with it, because the Around the World one just came out with ephemera packs, die cut, fabric, all kinds of stuff to that one. And I'm kind of shocked because that was, you never know what they're going to do. No, I'm not organized at all. I cleaned up before my live. So, and I don't usually mess with that stuff too much unless I'm working on journal spreads or actual journal stuff. So, yeah. So, I'll find out a definitive list, but I do know that the Lady Vagabond Lifestyles, hang on. Actually, here. I will tell you exactly which one it is. Because, let me go to my Etsy shop real quick. I'll show you because I have them. They're out of sold out stuff. And I'll show you. Also, I have the sunflower art. I do also have glue bottles, glue bottle holders, and glue bottles still for sale. They are, let me see, 12 by 12 paper. All right, here's the ones that are sold out that we're not getting back. That one is not. But this Lady Vagabond right here is the one that I'm talking about. Let me make this bigger. It's that one. This is just regular Lady Vagabond. That's the one that is sold out and is discontinued. The other one that has like a chick over here, like in a corset, like off the shoulders, that's the one that is still around. So, just so you guys know. And I like this one too. I like this one better than the other one. But they always have to do this kind of stuff. And kind of peeves me off. You know, so those are the ones that will be gone. Let me get over here so you guys can see. This is how I should have looked in the first place. See, get rid of the weird ones. I know everybody likes those, but that one's a maybe. See, I do have rose perfume. Let me see. And then here's the princess ones. Orchids and cats. For some reason, I think that one maybe. I don't know. I'll have to double check my list. But I will post on TikTok like a picture of the ones that are discontinued that we can't get anymore. These for sure. Calligraphy. The journal one is going. Oh, there it is. This one. Letters and Flowers, which I had never seen this one until I actually worked for Stamperia. Letters and Flowers. And then, whoa, oh my gosh. This is the one, the Lady Vagabond, that is still, hold on. What did I do? Still active. Here it is. This one, yeah. The one that kind of, well, y'all can't really tell, but that one right there is the one. I think it's Lifestyles is the one that's still active. And Classic Christmas will still be around, along with 3 or 4 new Christmas pads that we'll have in July. I think Daydream might be gone, which that one is kind of like if you're doing a baby book or something like that. But I think for the most part that is it. So yeah, I have a huge Stamperia inventory right now. So if these two go out, I may not be able to order those two again. And Alice in Wonderland cards, I think, was the other one I was really kind of surprised about. Let me see. This one right here, the one that has the red border, we can't buy that one anymore. The one that has the blue border, this is the first one, Alice in Wonderland. This is Through the Looking Glass. Can't buy that, or we can buy that one. Can't buy this one. And Province, can't buy that one either. So, yeah. I get super disappointed when they get rid of stuff. And I'm like, stop. The molds is what really threw me off here. Some of this book mold right here, this just came out with the Magic Forest. And the one that looks like the book, that one is completely out of stock. Also, the Vintage Library, the one with the book spines in it, that one's also discontinued. So, I never know what they are going to actually have and what they're not going to have. It just depends on, I don't know, whatever they decide, I guess. So, I hope that kind of helps, but you can go to my link in my bio, my link tree link, and it goes, I will have my Etsy shop on there. It's For a Girl Stole My Heart. So that's the update on those. Now, as far as hubby love handles and stuff, I'm working as much as I can on them. I have bags of handles right now, and I've got tons of glue holders. Nautical Mood, for those of you guys that know what that is, that Nautical Mood color, let me see if I can get it down. This color, it kind of looks like a teal, dark teal color. We have glue holders in that color now, and we also have gold. So we will have, I'll be posting them as soon as, you know, I can. And I'm working on the next mega bundle. I may do a steampunk version. I'm just trying to decide what color to do with it. That's why there's a bunch of these on my desk right here. I would like to do a color I haven't done before, because this one is not going to come out like this. This was a total accident here at the top. Oh, the wedding one. Actually, surprisingly, the wedding one, the You and Me collection, I always sell out of it. And Klimt, I don't like that one. Klimt, I'm like, but every time I get it in, it sells almost right off the bat. And I'm like, okay. So I try to keep everything all restocked up there as much as possible. So I check them, and if things are getting low, I'll make sure I add it to my list. That way, these were my prototypes right here. Look how itty bitty my husband made it. I said, are you kidding me? This ain't going to be big enough. It needs to be bigger. And then he messed up my flower, and I was really upset about it. This was my flower I created a new flower handle. And he made it bigger and then cut half of my flower off. And I was really, really mad. I sure have. I did this on live with Sherry Lou. And the reason why I did this with the music paper pad. And I have this, made a new digital for papers. So instead of line paper, you can write on it like it's staff paper, music staff paper to write on. But yes, I did a music one. I've done lots of them. Lots of journals already. I had a bookmaking moment where I just went nuts. So, yeah. This one I would have, I think this one is actually done minus my little logo not being on the back. So, I probably would add this one to Etsy. The Sleeping Beauty one right here is also pretty much done. It's got a little magnet thing that holds it closed. And then I did a flap right here. And this is actually a pocket. You can actually, let me find something to shove in it. Let's see. I never have a piece of paper around when I need it. Oh, here we go. There we go. This is an actual, where is it? I gotta find the pocket first. There it is. I'm caught on something. Actually, pocket goes in front here, and there's like a clear page over that. And I made this on a live. That was kind of on a whim, and I had forgot to put a ribbon in here. So I ended up, I said, okay, this is what we're going to do. And so I put the magnet in there instead. And then made it like that. I tried to make it to where, and there's also 2 signatures going through one of the holes. See, I always try to mix it up and try to do something a little bit different with these kind of books. You know, because you never know. You always want to do something interesting. But if you make it just like a normal book, that's okay. Until you get comfortable with it. I do have a lot of, like I said, I have a lot of books planned that I'm hoping to get to. Hopefully. But, and one of my locks came today. I'm trying to find where the key went. There it is. This is one of the locks I got for one of the upcoming books that I'm doing. You guys got to see this. This is amazing. Look. That's how it unlocks. Isn't that neato? I know, though, whoever I sell this book to, they're not going to know how to unlock it. So, yeah. I love cool looking locks like this. Like, it's like fun. You know, to play with. So, yeah. This is for an upcoming book. It's probably going to be the Sir Vagabond book. Japan. Sir Vagabond Japan. I also got my lovely gift here from Wendy, who's the Journal Babes on there. And, yeah, it's kind of a fish. I think I got this from Amazon. I'll have to look and see what the heck I typed in. I stumbled upon it looking for glue or something like that. I don't know. Oh, I'm so glad. I did get my package from Wendy at Journal Babes, but I can't use it yet because, it didn't come with any handles. But I am so excited. I can't wait to use this. She bought Penelope a little mini wax stamping kit that really works. I mean, come on. That just made, look. See the little spoon? Look at it. Look at it. So I need a handle so I can use the wax stamp. And it's a cat on there. So I wrote her and I was like, was this supposed to come with a handle? Because it says on the directions to put the stamp on the handle. And she was like, did it not? And I was like, no, what am I supposed to do? And I went to go order it. And she's like, okay, I ordered it. And I was like, oh, you didn't have to do that. And then it comes with little mini wax beads also. And it all works. I know. Trying to search for jewelry box. Oh, yeah. But I can't wait to use this one. I'm so excited. I'll make a cute little video with Penelope. I'm going to make sure, because Penelope's working on her own little book over here. Different kind of book. So I'm excited about that. And everything. So, I know, isn't it? Oh, hey! How are you? Okay, you know. What are the discontinued paper pads? This is our UK distributor. So if any of you guys are in the UK, go to, I have no idea how to say that. Yoxall? 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 Is that how you say Yoxall Home Handmade? I probably butchered that half to death. Oh, I did say it? Okay. The paper pads. I know it's Lady Vagabond. Romantic, is it Sea Dreams? That's gone. And Journal, the Journal one, I don't even know what I said anymore now. Calligraphy. The Lady Vagabond backgrounds. She knows too. She's the one who told me, and I was like, what? So, yeah. I don't know why they get rid of everything. It upsets me. You know, it's awful. Absolutely awful. Threads. That was it. This one right here. And you guys better be glad I got a ton of these in stock. Maybe that's why they're getting rid of them. It's because I bought them out. Threads. That's it. I knew there was a popular one, and I'm like, Sea Dream 8x8. Okay, that's good to know. I don't even think I even have Sea Dreams 8x8 in stock. I just recently started carrying 8x8s because I have a lot of people who do journal spreads, and they like the 8x8. Horses, yeah, I remember that one. But this is I kind of do also, because to me, I don't feel like it has enough to it. It's like I want more for it. But my grandmother was seamstress, and I almost made her a book out of that, and then Blue Dream came out, and I was like, nope, I'm doing that one. And the Blue Dream journal that you guys are asking about is this. This is what I made everything out of. The molds for this and everything. And it just looked like, you know, I know it's Greece, but it looks like Florida. So, without the mountains. So, that was the other one. That was the one I couldn't remember which thread. I wasn't sure about that. So, I was like, I don't want to say it. I don't want to make anybody upset because that's a popular one. And, you know, that would be like getting rid of, like, Alice in Wonderland. That would be really not okay if they got rid of that. I've been sitting here standing the whole time, so let me sit back down. On the Dream. Are you talking about the blue Dream one? 8x8? I should have that in stock. I did. I don't know about now. I did before we went live. I kind of feel that way about the Ooh La La collection. Yeah, I know. I that's kind of how my grandmother was. Hold on, sorry. I have to plug up my doodad here, or I ain't gonna be able to see you guys' comments. Because she was a seamstress also, and she didn't retire until she was like 75, because she owned her own business. So, but when I looked at it, I was like, I don't like this. I was like, she may like it, but I don't. And then the Blue Dream came out, and I was like, oh, nope, that's it. That is completely it. That's the one I'm doing. So, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how I am. I don't like I like the Vintage Library. That one was good. The Magic Forest was good, but I got over looking at it a lot because I was making little projects and stuff with it, and I'm like, I don't like this one anymore. And then and then the Sunflower Art one just was released today, and I really like that one. It's so vibrant. But I also like the Atelier des Arts one, and it's by the same designer. And I did that out of the art journal, so I'm like, oh yeah, that's right up my alley. I like that one a lot. So I'm okay with that. The one that just came out. And I like the Around the World one, too. That one is definitely another one of my faves. Because I like travel, and I like the vintage themed stuff. Because I feel like with travel and vintage, you can do so much with it. It's very easy to to do a journal spread with it, or anything like that. So that's one reason why I do like that one a lot. So, I know I have a lot of people wanting journals, and trust me, it won't hurt my husband's feelings if I get rid of some of them. I have no problem putting these two on my Etsy shop. I just have to do a few little calculations for them. And then I will see, what they need to be. The only other thing I have to do for that is put the thing on the back like I do for this, like I do for all my books right here, which is just my logo thing. And if you guys ever buy books for me, please review them. I never get reviews for some reason on my books. I don't know why. They tell me how much they love them, but then they just never review them. And I'm like, that's, I'm just like, why? But I'm glad they at least tell me that they do appreciate and love them a lot, because that would make me feel terrible. They didn't. So yeah, so that's what I'm working on. I have a few handle designs I'm trying to do and all that good stuff. So I made a mess everywhere. Oh, I know what it is. It's that moss. There's moss stuff on this one. I have to spray it with something so that way it doesn't get everywhere. Let me think. I know there was something else that somebody had asked me about. Let me think for a second. And I don't remember what it was. Well, Gracie, you can go back and watch it on my YouTube channel. Oh God. Well, let me know when you do, because I think it was Erica, maybe. I think she went and she just like took a night and reviewed everything that she bought, and I shut my phone off because it kept going off, and my husband was like, "What is going on? Are you talking to your boyfriend?" I was like, "They're freaking Etsy reviews, thank you. And they're all 5 stars. So you need to hush." A small box for trinkets. Now, those boxes that I do, I can make a box from scratch. But those boxes that I have a whole ton of them. Because when I was doing journal scoops, I had little stamps that I would get. Okay, give me just a second. I don't want to knock anything down. They're all back here. I had journal scoops that I was doing, and I had these little stamps that I bought from a company, and I saved. They would come in these little wooden boxes, and so I saved a whole bunch of them. And hold on. And that's what these boxes are. Woo! Okay, yeah, that's not stamped. And so, they were like little stamp sets. And I put them in journal scoops. And all I did was repurpose. You told me last time. Hold on. Oh, my booger's home. One of my boogers. My husband went to go get the last of my children, because she went to a birthday party. That's what Ruby, I do that a lot. I call sometimes when I'm trying to get my kids' attention. I'm like, Kaylin, Lily, Ella, Maggie, and then I'm like, whatever your name is, stop it. You know, that's what happens a lot. So, yeah. But that's what these boxes are right here. That's what I made that one box out of. And then, let me find where I put those doodads. Okay. Then I have these right here. I got this from Hobby Lobby. Okay. And this is where having a man in your life helps a lot. Okay, I could sit here and screw the hole in myself, but I don't want to. So I make my husband do it. And he did it for me. And then I asked him to cut this down so it's not sticking like this all the way through it. And so he, you know, cut the screw down for me. And then I put it in there. And he's done that to a bunch of my stuff. This box right here is one that I actually repurposed also, that I've had for years now. It's like falling. Well, the stuff is coming off of it. It's decoupage. And then these are knobs that I got off of Amazon. It's a little glass knob. Somebody thought it was a handle the other day. They're like, what's that rose thing back there? And I was like, it's a handle to my box. And he put that in there for me. And then I had him put a little magnet right here. And this was ugly box. Okay, ugly. There it is. That's the color it was. I didn't paint the bottom of it. So I repainted it, and then I put little scrapbooking pieces on here with decoupage and stickers, which are now coming up. And then I used to have my wax stamp seals in here, but I outgrew the box a lot, and it weighed like 10 pounds. Yeah, a lot of people thought this was a hubby handle right here. I have a bunch of these because I was going to replace some drawer knobs for Ruby's room. And then we ended up moving and changing her room color to purple instead of pink. So I had a whole bunch of those and everything. So that's what I did for these. Now you can get shorter handles like this from like Hobby Lobby and stuff. And but you got to drill a hole in there. So I have a box actually already painted. I have no idea what I was going to do with this box because I got distracted. But this is what box is right here. And I'll have, oh, I didn't even know what was in here. Hi, did you have a good time? Alright.
I stole one of Natalie's shirts.
Did you? Yeah. Well, make sure you give back though.
I asked her if she wanted it back, and she said no, I was fine to
Okay. Sorry. My, oh, yeah. I found lots of stuff I've redone. Okay. I remember what's in here. I had some of the Ooh La La stuff that I had done already, and I was going to put the stuff on the box like this, or use decoupage. So I painted the box with, hang on, I'll tell you what it was. I have the color, and this color right here does not look like the color that I painted it, or that is in the bottle, because it's a wood, and when it's unfinished wood, they kind of come out different. So give me a second, let me figure out which one it is, because I know I have them in my Etsy shop. It wasn't, it may, I think it was this powdered blush color right here, maybe. Let me see. Nope. I know it wasn't that. I don't think it, no, it wasn't that. So yeah, it was this powdered blush, and it comes out a little bit of a different color than those. Oh, I have tons of shelves around my house that I found at the thrift store that I have repurposed. One of them being the shelf that's up here that you've seen a lot. This, I call it the Sweet Winter shelf, because I use Sweet Winter paper to repurpose it. It's that one. Can you guys see that? That one right there. That one was a $5 shelf that I found at the thrift store, and I decoupaged it and put the little icicles around the top, and I use it. I mean, it's functional. So I have another shelf that I'm planning on doing. I just don't know what I'm going to do, what theme I'm going to do out of it yet. I haven't decided. I was going to do Magic Forest, but I'm kind of Magic Forest out, so I don't want to do Magic Forest anymore. So I found these right here, and I think I was going to do something like this and put these on here after I was done. It's been a while. And then I have these little sticker macaroons. But this is how my boxes start. Get an empty box like this, or buy a stamp set on Amazon. And then you get a nice little wooden box that it comes in. And then you just decoupage it. Now what I did is the same way that I did with the jars. I don't like using rice paper for decoupage because I feel like it's too translucent when you put it on stuff. And it, like right here, I know it's here, let me show you this one because the thing's smaller. Right here, this is rice paper on top. And if you look really, really close, you can see the wood grains through that. See the wood grains? I don't like to see through it. So I only put it on the top because I didn't think the wood was that bad. So on the bottom here, this is actual scrapbook paper, and this just came out of the collectibles. And all you have to do is you take Mod Podge, you know, put it on the jar. You paint the jar mostly with chalk paint. Oh, use it as what do you mean an opener to a book? Like the shelf? You're talking about the shelf that I want to do. Oh, I gotta find what I did. Oh, it's sitting over there too. It's a big shelf. The problem is I gotta find where to put it afterwards. And asking my husband to hang up stuff is like pulling teeth. He doesn't understand that short people can't always do that. But I use matted, like a chalk paint to paint these jars. Because I feel like you don't have to do any priming to them. You just paint it over with chalk paint and it's fine. And then I just put decoupage on the jar, put the piece of paper on there, do the decoupage over it, and then just coat it really well. The only thing about decoupage is you want to try not to get it gunked up in the corners, which isn't easy to do, so always use a paintbrush. And then what I usually do is I'll use my finger to kind of smooth it out, and that seems to work. And then, you know, the lid did not come this way. See, look at my husband's pencil marks on there. He did that for me, and he cut the screw down. So that's what the lids are like this, and so are the jars. I didn't do anything to this jar. It came like this, and this is what the lids look like, just like that. And that's not candy like Ruby thinks it is. She thinks it's candy. It's not. It's wax stamp seals. So except, oh, like the lid. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I know, except that when it comes to ceilings and doorways, it's not made for tall people. You wouldn't believe how many times he has smacked his head on doorways and stuff. Because his grandparents' house and his mom's house, they have like 7-foot ceilings. He's 6'7". So the frame of a door comes down lower than the ceiling. So if he doesn't go in sideways or duck, he smacks it, and I start laughing at him because I think it's funny. He's spoiled from being in tall ceiling houses. Hold on, I'm trying to read this sideways. Paint the inside, then decoupage the outside. Oh yeah. I just haven't finished this one yet. It's been sitting over there on my desk. I have a video of a box that I did with the Blue Dream Journal. It's like a navy blue box. And I painted the whole thing, inside and outside. And I decoupaged the outside. And the only thing I did in the inside was I had a piece of paper in here and a piece of paper in the lid. And that was it. Oh, do I paint the inside of the jars? No. I never paint. Well, no, wait a minute. Hold on, let me think. Hang on, I have a jar up here. Oh gosh. Let me see if I can reach it. I'm too short. I think I have my husband put this one up here. Oh, wait. No, I don't usually paint the inside of the jars. This is a Parmesan cheese jar. And The only thing I did to this was I painted it like a white, and then I put a bunch of like journaling stuff on it. Like, see, here's a wax stamp seal, that, little flowers, and then I covered it over with decoupage. There's decoupage on that too. But I usually don't paint the inside because I'm always scared that, like, if I put a bunch of stuff in there, it's gonna chip. You know, so that's been sitting up there on my shelf too. I have a ton of these kind of jars all around my house, all over the place, because I've done jars like this for like 15 plus years now. Not with journaling stuff, but like with scrapbook paper and everything. I have tables in my house that I've done and stuff. But no, I don't usually paint the inside. I don't find it necessary. I've seen people only paint the inside and, you know, do all this on there. But no, because, I don't know. Since these are super thick, these are those wee yogurt jars. By the way, I have an addiction to wee yogurt. Yoplait wee yogurt. I only like the vanilla ones, and I usually eat one like a day. And my husband says that he has Ruby's now. She only wants to eat this yogurt, and it's expensive. And he always complains of how expensive it is. And I was like, yeah, but I get a pretty jar out of it, you know. So I like the jar. And he knows that's the only reason, like, I like it is because of the jar. But it's functional. I use them all the time. I have jars everywhere. Look, this one has candy in it. See? So, and sometimes they come already decorated. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing. Excuse me. I didn't sell these two. I have sold jars and other decoupage stuff that I've made in the past. No, they don't come with these lids. I bought these lids off of Amazon. If you type in on, actually I found the lids, these, and I saved them in an Amazon list so I could go back and buy more, because I have like 12 of these jars that I haven't done anything to yet. And I have them saved on my Amazon list in my bio. And you can type in wee yogurt jar lids bamboo, and it will literally pull them all up. Now, these had those little rubber gasket pieces in them, you know, to seal them. And they're really, really tight to put on there. And I didn't want to fiddle with it. I just wanted something I could pop on and off real easy. So, now they come with this, like, foiled peel back top. Like a regular yogurt container. It's one of those. I actually could go get one downstairs. It sounds really good, actually, right about now. Sorry, I'm always thinking about food because I diet and exercise, so I'm always hungry. I get hangry, hence the name. That's how I got my nickname. When I worked out all the time, I worked out like 3 to 4 hours a day, 6 days a week. I ran marathons. I have like medals in a box and everything. And I'd get nasty if I was hungry. So my husband nicknamed me Hangry Mama, and that just kind of stuck. Now you might be able to find, they do on Amazon have lids literally for everything you can think of. So these also come in a smaller size, but you can find, you just type in whatever the circumference is in the inside here, Look and see if you can find jars. And they may also, whatever brand it is, just type in whatever brand bamboo lid. And somebody may have actually made them for that. I saw a lot of lids on there that didn't fit these, but they were different brands of yogurt, apparently, that other people may have in a jar, I guess. So they may be on there also. Hello, hello, hello. On this? No, it's screwed in. My handy dandy husband, who does whatever his wife tells him to do. No, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me make sure he's not coming in here. I asked him to make a screw hole in here, and he did. And then he cut down. This is the same kind of flower. He cut this down for me because they're too long. So, you know, that's what I do. I have him do this stuff for me. But no, it's super heavy. It's like, it weighs like a ton. It's like made out of like some kind of stone or something. So yeah, it's really heavy. This one's not. It's just a little tiny glass one. But yeah, he did those for me. So yeah, I've actually thought about maybe doing a Stamperia workshop on the wee jars, and then have it, because I eat these like one of these like a day, so I have a ton of jars, and I won't let anybody throw them away, especially if they look like this, because they're pretty, you know. They come, some of them have these little decorations on them already, and I don't want to mess them up. But I was thought about doing, they keep asking me what I want to do for the next Stamperia workshop, and it has to be an hour long. I would love to do a book, but if I have to answer questions and stuff, it's going to be over an hour. Oh, there you go. That's a good idea, to show like what fits what, and then you don't have to sit there and worry about it. Yeah, that's a very good idea. Oh, the other thing. Everybody keeps asking me about the binding tool. This that I use in my videos when I'm binding books and I'm poking holes. And yes, I have them marked. I now sell these in my Etsy shop. So, it's just a bookbinding tool by We Are Memory Keepers. And since I work for them now, I can actually get these in there. That was another thing that somebody asked me. I remembered. I'm starting to remember what were the questions that people asked me. I need to write this stuff down. I don't know why I don't. Probably because of time. So yeah, that's in my Etsy shop now also. Along with the glue bottles, the glue bottles, our glue holders, and our caps that go with these, because they used to make caps for these icing bottles. I have the caps, and I will show you the caps. They don't make them anymore. They've been discontinued, and I know why. But these caps right here, if you look at the size of them, they are huge. The tip right here is huge, and it doesn't like prevent the glue from being airtight, you know. So having it there, see, my glue likes to spew out everywhere, but as soon as I take the lid off, that's what it does, because it's like, oh, I can breathe again. But if I get any glue while I'm using it on the thing, it doesn't stay in the cap. It actually sticks right here on the side, and since this is stainless steel, all I gotta do is just pick it off, and so it wipes completely clean. It's really weird. Sometimes I forget to clean off my bottles before, when I'm done using them, and so I'll have a big wad of glue, and then it gets smushed all through here, and then it hardens on this part because I put the cap on it like that and it's airtight and it hardens, and then I go like this and then the glue's stuck to the actual tip. It doesn't stick to the plastic. So that's one reason why I like those a lot better. These, I hate these. They're really flimsy and they do not seal all the way. And they don't work. So that's one reason why we didn't use those. We just made our own. These are wee yogurt jars. Right here. They don't come with the lid. They have a metal, like, foil thing that peels back. Hang on a second. I'll show you exactly what they are. Because all this wee yogurt talkings make me want one. Echo. Drop in living room echo.
Okay, dropping.
Hey. Can somebody bring me a wee yogurt out of the fridge and one of Ruby's spoons?
Yeah.
Thank you. Your birthday's not till September. Stop that. Okay. Echo. Drop out. Oh, that child. I'm sorry. Ruby, all she's talking about is her birthday party. And I'm like, your birthday ain't till September. And I don't know why. She's obsessed with her birthday party. For a year now, she's been saying she wants a baby shark birthday party. And I'm like, okay, we got it. So, yeah. Okay. Hold on one second. I'll show you what the jars look like. Thank you.
Did Lily tell you about my crawfish?
I don't know. You can tell me later when I'm not on live.
Oh, you're on.
Yes, I'm on live. Now get out. Nobody wants to hear about your crawfish. See, it's wee yogurt. This is what it looks like.
My crawfish was beautiful.
The one Mama messed up.
No, it was my fault.
All right,
I dropped
don't
it in the crack of the porch.
Oh. Okay, so it comes with this foil thing on top, and you just peel it off. So it doesn't come with the lid. Okay, so these lids I got off of Amazon, and that's when they're done, when I'm all done with them, these labels, I will say, are super, super hard to get off. So I recommend, like, I put them through the dishwasher and everything. No, like yes. That's like wee, you know, like yes. Yeah, wee yogurt. It's like yes to yogurt. It's in French. And, but you could put these through the dishwasher. The label will not come off. So if you use Goo Gone, or Goo Gone, you know, and spray it on there, let it soak really good, and take like a scrubby pad. About a second later, it will peel completely off, and that's how I got them all clean. This is the best yogurt ever. I love it. Yeah, wee in French. And it is. Look how creamy it is. It's so good. If Ruby finds out I'm eating this without her, she's going to get mad. So I eat them, I put them in the sink, wash them, and then I got jars. And some of them come all decorated already. You just got to get the label off. You know, just soak it. And everything. But yeah, so that's how they come. They come with this thing on there. So the lids are separate. I don't think the lids would do very well for that. I have tried alcohol pads. Oh, they don't. These are not like normal ones. Like if I try to peel it off, usually what I do is I would do this right here, but it's a weird kind of, it's very, very thin label. and it just comes off in pieces. And the alcohol pads do absolutely nothing for it. I usually do use alcohol pads. So I told my husband to get some, that Goo Be Gone or whatever, you know, that citrus stuff. And I squirted it down real good. And then it came right off like a second later. Usually our dishwasher takes it. It's not like paper. It's like a plasticky kind of paper. It's awful. I don't like cleaning them up. And I have a ton of them downstairs I need to clean. I am using her spoon. Look, it's got a little bunny on it too. They're the perfect size yogurt spoons. You should see my husband try to use one of these spoons. That's funny. He drinks out of their little cups when he only wants a little bit of milk or juice or something. And the cups look like, I don't know. I'm like, why are you using a little baby cup? And he's like, because I only wanted this much. It's like this. It would be like this. Oh, somebody was asking about handles. This is like what it looks like with him drinking a cup. And I'm like, why are you using a little baby cup? And I'm like, just use a glass and pour less. My nails are press-on nails, so I have no idea what color it is. I use nail glue, and hang on, I got some right here. There you go. What it is. I do not like painting my nails. It's just, that's a number right there. But I don't like painting my nails, so I use nail glue on those. They have little stickers on them. And that way, they'll stay on for a little over a week. Mm-hmm. What are you doing? Did it come out okay? Mm-hmm. All right.
Luigi messed up. Or
Go tell Daddy.
Ned and Luigi messed up.
Okay. So, oh gosh, those are the best yogurts ever. I don't care what nobody said. Handles. Somebody was asking about handles. Yeah, we have handles for sale in our Etsy shop. I believe we have, hang on, let me think. I know we have the silk blue in the mermaid tails, and I think we still have some more. Oh, there it is. The twisted hearts in magenta. This is what the twisted hearts look like, but it's in this color and everything. And then, of course, we have matching glue holders and stuff. I do have the purple ones. I just haven't posted them yet because I make sure they're all tested and work, you know, and they, you know, screw in and stuff. Because I'm super anal about that. So, yeah, we do have those. I'm working on the next mega bundle as we speak. I'm just waiting for the holder to go with these. And I can't decide what color to do yet. It's either, I may have some of these. I have one that's a dark reddish copper too. I'm trying to kind of match the steampunk theme with these. And I think these are super neat. I also have these. I'm making bigger, and I'm gonna get them a little bit cleaned up. I have a bigger one, but my husband decided to cut half of it off. I don't know why. And he messed up my picture, and I'm pretty upset about that. Yeah. Our handles that are listed in there now come with the 4 attachments. So it's like not the mega bundle that comes with the bone fold and holder and all that other stuff. It comes with let me see. Hold on, let me take this off. It does not come with a wax stamp seal, but they can use all the standard wax stamp seals. It comes with this attachment right here. Let me take this pad off. One I was using. Comes with the round attachment. It comes with the bead picker upper attachment. It comes with the finger dauber attachment. And it comes with the rectangle attachment here. And then it will come with a holder. Where is that thing? Oh. And this is the bead attachment. That comes with the lid. The bead picker upper. So that would be like an example of the bundle. And then, no, this is the bundle that's in there now. Like, similar, whatever color we have in there now. I think we have the hypnotic color, which is this color right here, in seashells in there. And it comes with all the matching attachments, which look, the attachments look like this, kind of, there. And then we have, I know we have the blue silk attachment, I think in Mermaid Tails, maybe. And then I have some purple ones that I haven't posted yet. The mega bundle will come in the steampunk one. It will come with all these attachments. Plus it will come with the holder. And since you guys are here with me, I will show you what the holder is going to look like. Because I have it on here. Hang on. I just have not got it sliced yet. Alright, I almost got it. Almost got it. It's getting there. That's what the holder is going to look like. It's a steampunk hat. And it says 4 girls stole my heart on it. And there's the handle inside of it. So, it's a cup. It'll be a cup. Just like that. Hang on, let me see if I... and it has a key in the back. And I'm designing other handles in there at the moment. So, that's what it will look like. So, it has gears and stuff on it. I got to tweak it a little bit. And I have not test printed it yet. So, once I test print it, I'll let you guys know. I don't know when it will be yet, though. That's the problem. And my husband's going out of town next week, and I'm trying to get him to do it before he goes out of town. I'm also... Oh, that was the other thing. I remember. I am going to be having plates. I know I've had a lot of requests for plates. I just don't... To me, I want to do just a plate that doesn't have the indents in it for your attachments, because if you guys are like me, I keep all the attachments kind of hooked on there like this, and I don't really ever separate them, and then I put them like in the holder or whatever. Now we do have heart holders in there also, like this, the heart holders, and they fit perfectly in there. So the steampunk one will have the holder to it, and then of course the handle, you can go in there, and we have it fitting the biggest attachment. But the plate, I've had lots of requests for like plates, and I may do heart-shaped plates because that's what I have over there. I don't know if you guys can actually see that. I just don't want to move it because I always end up knocking everything down. And I will say that I am going to do a cat handle, because I know I've had lots of requests for a cat handle, because I made a few for certain people. But here's the plate. The reason why it has a hole in there is because of this. right here, which I really like to spin stuff around on it. Makes me happy. I like to fidget with stuff. And you can also put like your other handles on there, like this and like this. So I think I'm going to make the plate maybe like this. And you can put the holder in there, or I'll just make it a solid plate. And then you can, you know, you can just put your handles on there, because I never thought that everybody was gonna be like, I need like 12 handles. I thought it would be one handle and we would do a bunch of attachments to it, so that was very unexpected. But the one reason, there's two reasons why the cat has not been done, but for Aisha, basically. I did it for Aisha because she's working on the cat cottage journal. And so I sent her one so she could use it with that. She has one of these rose ones, and I think she's doing a garden journal or something next, and so she wanted to use that for her next journal. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to give her one that she can actually use for that one. So on a whim, and it took all of my being to sit there and get my husband to print a cat handle, because he does not like cats. I don't know why. I have no idea what his hang up is with them or anything. I don't care. I love all animals except for reptiles and amphibians and bugs. So I'm okay with that. And I know the ears are very fragile. That's why I have this one, because I broke the ears off of him. So I'm going to fix it and thicken up the ears a little bit so it doesn't break. And then I'm going to demand that he makes cat handles. So, and I will win that argument. I most guarantee it. Because I'm not putting up with this weirdness of his anymore. Because I'm tired of it. And also, I have the X-Acto knife attachment. I just have to get a cover for it. So, what? Oh, this right here, this is for clear stamps, and so is this. This is a small clear stamp, cling stamps. You know the clear cling stamps? I can show you that. Let me find one. Oh, where did I put those? I have those in like 3 different spots because I have a ton that I wasn't planning on buying a bunch of those, but then Stamparius sent me a lot of them. And I was like, oh gosh, what do we do with them? Because I don't really use plain stamps that much, but I guess I'll have to now. So let me get these out. Got it. There we go. Oh no, they're not in there. Okay. I had to get a new box for them because I ran out of room. So let me get this box out from underneath. Is this it? Ah, here we go. Oh God, they're heavy too. The good storage solution for you guys is clear DVD covers. Alright, here, let me move this out of the way. I will probably knock them all over, so let me just set them here. Oh, I have one on there. Most of the ones that are here on my desk don't look fantastic because they're prototypes. And me, I don't care what they look like as long as they work. That's just how I roll. So I'm like, if it works, I'll use it. I don't care. But the ones that I give you guys, I always make sure are tip-top condition. And if they're not, they are called Hubby's Hiccups in my Etsy shop. Because of that. See, I keep getting stuff from them. So, oh, I also have cat stamps in there. These also work on those. They're like, they're sticky on one side, and they're like that red rubber stuff, and you can stick them to any of the what's it called, handles or anything like that. So they are cling stamped. Let me find somewhere to put this. So this one right here is for like tiny ones, like, oh, here's a macaroon. Let's do that. So you can put it on there like that. You don't really need to see anything. Let me see if I find some ink and some paper. I have paper. Let me find, oh, I have my inks. I was reorganizing my room, so I have everything pretty much out. Y'all are gonna die when y'all see this. I have too many inks. So, let me move all this out of the way. This is a 12 by 12 box. And there they are. This is also a good storage tip for you guys. You take Velcro pads and you can have your little foam pads on here, and I have them all labeled, except I'm missing about 10 of them on here now because I got new ones I haven't used yet. So that's how it goes. Let me find a good color, I guess. Let me just use this dark color. Perry Ann Arts and Things has these super 40% off deal on Ranger inks right now because she's liquidating everything, which is sad. Sad for her. Kind of good for you if you want some. So there's the cling stamps, and I'll show you how they. I haven't used these ones yet, so let me coat it real good. There you go. So that's what these are for tinies. Tiny ones. And then I have, this comes off, I have the larger stampers. I do not like using the acrylic blocks because they are, it's hard to pick that up, and I don't like that. Now what? Oh. And I will have, let's see, I'll use this one. I didn't use this one yet. I don't think I've used any of those actually in there. I think this one actually says stuff on it. I don't know. But there's a little window here so that way you can see. Make sure I get it really, really good. I think I got it. Yep. Nope. I forgot to do that. There you go. I usually rub them like this, especially if it's first time. Push, 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 push. That's better. So that's what that's for. Like I said, I don't use cling stamps very often, but I had a lot of requests because I have a lot of people who have arthritis, fibromyalgia, and they can't really grip those. So I was like, well, I'll see what I can do. And so that's what we did. I also have a bigger pad thing, but I told my husband I was just going to get a We Are Memory Keepers ones for my shop, so that's what we did for those. He doesn't need any more work to do. Yes, we do. I used to make wax stamp handles out of resin and wood and clay, but I upgraded and decided to do biodegradable plastic instead. Better for the environment. Resin uses a lot of crude oil. Clay is messy. And wood is, you know, you don't want to kill any more trees. So that's why we don't. And it's so light compared to those. And I have arthritis in my hands, so it helps it being super light. I don't get fatigued anymore using these. And our designs and our attachments are all now officially patented, so no one's allowed to make them or use them or sell them, which I'm super happy about. Hang on, I'm catching up on the comments. Thank you. Yeah, I've had to block a bunch of people because they kept copying all my ideas and stuff. And it's been such a hassle. Which is just ridiculous. And now people are telling them my ideas and trying to get them to make them and stuff. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? Why? That scared me half to death. Alright. So, do we have any other questions about mixed media stuff or anything like that before I jump off of here? I know we did the eyelets, decoupage, book stuff on these books, the book papers, the line papers, and the grids and the dotted grids, and all kinds of papers, digitals are in my Etsy shop along with inserts. I will try to add more insert digitals and stuff like that into my Etsy. I have like, I don't know, like 48 or 50 of them done. And I just have to make the video to show. I can't just, it's like, I can't throw you out in there and say, here, I'll put it on Etsy, but there's no video for it because I don't want to do that to anybody. So I'm slowly but surely getting them in there. The one I'm working on at the moment is I'm doing a more simplified version of the gears that I've done. It feels like a ton of times. And I had to make some adjustments to this so I could sit here and fix it and do everything. So I'm going to go do that after this live and try to get it fixed. Because I actually, Stamparius requested me to do that. So I'm doing a simplified version because the one I have has a million teeth in it. And so I'm going to do this version because it'll be simpler to cut out. Oh, thank you. You have an awesome week and weekend. I can. Oh, no, they won't. That's the problem with me too, is I know I have, see, I told my husband, he is like, if something's messed up, he doesn't care. He's just like, just put it in there. Who gives a flip? And I said, I care. I want good quality stuff. And that's why I came up with Hubby's Hiccups. So if we have mess ups like this, like the ears chipped and stuff like that, I put it in there for a discounted price. It helps if people are on a budget, but they still want something that's, you know, something of mine and it's still functional. So I think the Hubby's Hiccups, those are mess ups, were a fantastic idea. You know, now I will say there is a hiccup listed in there. It's not actually a hiccup. There's nothing wrong with them. I just think they're ugly. Okay? I call them fuglies. Sorry if that offends anybody, but they are ugly. And I've had them sitting in a bin for months, and I told my husband, I am not listing them ugly things. And he was like, well, what do you want to do with them? And I said, they're just going to sit there with their ugly selves and just, like, stay there. So they're listed. I finally listed them in Etsy. And that's the name of them, is Fuglies. And they do, I'll even show you what they look like. Hang on, I got one right here somewhere. because I had to pack up one earlier today. And I was like, goodbye, little fugly one. So, yeah, I don't like those. And then I have ones that, so if it says a hiccup and you're new to my shop, don't you give me no 1-star review because it looks, they have like imperfections in them. Because they're supposed to. That's what a hiccup is. I made sure I put that in the disclaimer too. Read the description. Hang on, let me see what I got. Oh, here they are. Good Lord. What was that? Oh. Here they are. Look at these ugly things. I just dropped one on the floor. There's not really anything wrong with them. They're bone folds. I just feel like they're just not, I don't know. I just don't like them. They look like this, and they're Hubby's hiccups. And I know they're still in there because look, I have a ton of them. But the Hubby's hiccups are the ones that have like imperfections like this. You see that big line going through there? That's an imperfection. This is an example of a Hubby's hiccup. It works, but it's not pretty, so I discount them. It does look like, I said it looked like a hippie surfboard at first, but those, I hated those ones. And I was like, don't ever do that again. There was like 12 of them too, and I was like, what were you thinking? That's what I said to my husband. What the heck were you thinking? I was like, that's not okay. That's terrible. So, yeah. But yeah, we do have, let's see, I do have plenty. Oh, the glue holder finally got done. I do have plenty of other ones. I just haven't posted them yet because I have to test. I like to test them all out, make sure they all work. So I probably will be working on that as soon as I get off of live. And I also have some glue holders. Here is the Nautical Mood. See, it's like a dark teal color. The glue holders, now the large ones do not come with a cap because most people keep their glue like this in this bottle. They don't put it in another bottle. And so they fit in there perfectly. Also, you can also fit the smaller ones in there too. And if you have multiple ones, you can also fit handles. I've done that before. So you can fit other things in them, the larger ones especially. And then we have the combo ones. But the beacons, all of them fit in there just fine. So, and it's a pretty color, as you can see. It's one of those kind of moody kind of colors too. In the light, it kind of looks like purple and everything. But that's, I just took this off of there. I know, yeah. But we do have lots of the heart holders, like that's back there, with the flower in it. But these work too. I do the same thing. Whenever I have mine out here, like this, I'll be using one of my glues. And then if I have like where is it? Like this the other day, I had it in there like that. Because I kept losing it. Or I also had my pen in there because you guys know how much I lose pens. So, yeah, you can use them for all kinds of stuff. You know, handle holder, too. So, yeah, that's what I do with it. I didn't want to lose it the other day like I did before. So yeah, we will have a bunch of those. I also restocked the caps. So if you do have the big 8-ounce one or this one, we do have these bottles in our shop. But if you do have the big 8-ounce one, they can use the same cap. And we have extra caps in there also. So I hope that I answered all your guys' questions. Woohoo! Take it off. Alright, Oh, that's okay. I'm dropping off too. I'm getting hungry. So, if you guys think of any more questions or anything like that that you want me to do a demonstration on, just let me know. I will write it down so I don't forget. And I will post it on here or my YouTube channel or anything like that. He was taking his shirt off. And then he started doing this weird, like, jig thing that he always does. It always makes me laugh. He starts rubbing his belly. So, yeah. Oh, thank you. You guys have a nice night, too. And like I said, I will get, when I get these done, I'll make an announcement. You guys will know. Sound good? And then, I'll probably be posting a few books in Etsy to help free up some of my room and everything. And I will let you guys know when I'm going to go live again. I'll look at the rest of my week, see how it goes. And I have a book that I have to work on anyway, so I may do that on the next live. Sound good? Oh my gosh. Alright, you guys. You guys have a nice evening. Oh, hang on. What?
Mommy, where did the piggy go?
I don't know. You want to say hi to everybody? Okay. Here you go. Say hi. Actually say goodbye to her. There you go.
Hi.
Say hi.
Hi. See everyone.
You see everyone? Alright, you guys have a nice evening, and thanks for joining me.
It's that time.
It is time.
Time is done.
Alright, guys. You guys have a nice night.